bag, yo. Conscious. ISO. Diamond. Back in my bag and I gotta brag, I do this shit for real. When we was down and we had nothing, we had to share a meal. We put the shit in overdrive with no steering wheel. Shorty throw that thing back in a pair of heels. Yeah, she be riding on that thing like a Ferris wheel. Yeah, I love them dark skin, brown skin, caramel. You know I had to bring it to the hood like she Karen Civil when she keep on turning head. Cause when she walk that thing jiggle. And we going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back, low, we back again so highly. This that back in my back, low, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back, low, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my bag, flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, back in my bag, flow. Again, yeah, we keep on stacking it, what's happening? Everything in Gucci got me feeling like I'm dapper then. Life has been a movie, yeah, so shout out to the cameraman. Pull up to the scene, it's going down like an avalanche. Steady going up like a travel plan. Homer Simpson face.
Big wheels are a-rollin', listen to them turn. The big wheel sound of power with speed enough to burn. Winning, spinning, braking. The Big Wheel by Mark.
What is going on, kids? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hopefully all's good. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, if it will, as it were, if you did. Ron Crow, what is going on, buddy? Channel member Chris 29's in the house, a channel member. We got brother Stephen Clayton Jr. We got Bando Picks. We got MLK Roger. What is up, guys? We got brother Paul Mills, channel member. Good to see you, Paul. Hope you're having a good day, buddy. And we got B Shady, channel member in the house early. Some of you guys were chatting with, like Neil McKenzie was in the house, chatting with Ron Crow. Angelo, channel member to all of you guys. I appreciate you. Bama Ninja, I hope your foot is getting better, dude. That was a gruesome Instagram photo today. If y'all didn't get a chance to see that, we will peruse it later if you've not squeamish. But Bama, did you drop it on your foot? It's all I can figure, unless you were like cleaning your toenails and got really crazy with it. Autumn Wind, what is up? Good to see you, man. Richard Hopkins, what is up? Good to see you. Good to see you all. So Bama's probably not in the house right now, but gosh, let me just pull that up. Let's just take a look at what happened to Bama. So y'all can wish him a happy, speedy recovery if and when he shows up. So we all see those cut fingers on the IG. And I probably should let the live simmer for a few more minutes, just so not to draw any extra attention to it by showing something that should probably be blurred out. It's probably not YouTube friendly because it does show quite a bit of leakage from the foot area. It looks like it hit right between the big toe and the next to the big toe and kind of split them like a chicken wing. Ugh. And all I can figure, I mean, it wasn't as bad as when Jared stepped on his knife, which would suck, but to have a knife fall out of your hand and hit your foot and impale itself in it would be pretty much right up there with negative things I don't want to have happen with knives. I whine when I cut my finger, which, knock on wood, has been rare. And I've got some USA knives and some China knives by USA designers out on the table, in case we wanted to go down that deep, dark rabbit hole. And then I've got some other cool little fixed blades. I've got a cool one of the Paul Mills. Did you get a Joke Wolf? I got a Joke Wolf from Shane that I have. I got to make a payment on it probably tomorrow and get it finished up and shipped up to me because I'm stoked to get that little thing in hand. One of Shane's knives. But I don't have anything really coming in. I reached out. I've kind of been slack reaching out to companies because there are only certain companies that I really reach out to. I did have a company reach out to me about little titanium fasteners, things you put on your backpack, and I told them I wasn't interested. Yeah, Paul, he's finished. He's working on them, and I know yours is special. Um, but I do have one of the blanks reserved and made a down payment on it. What are my thoughts on the American Blade Works Model 1 button lock? I have not experienced it. My experience with American Blade Works is A, they do very good work, and B, they stand behind their products 100%. I.e., let's say you liked it, but you got it in and it didn't function the way that you hoped it would for whatever reason. Michael Martin at American Blade Works, who is American Blade Works, would work with you to either swap it out with something you liked or fix it to your liking, whatever the case may be. So, with that being said, I've not experienced that button lock. Don't know how it works. Don't know how it's set up, if it's like a regular plunge lock or if it's doing something a little bit different. But I can tell you, American Blade Works is a company that, even though I don't own any, I really stand behind. And if Edgy American Blade Works comes in here later, he works with Michael Martin a whole lot, and they've done some really, really cool stuff. And he's a lot more experienced on the extra steps he takes. But he's a small batch. Have yet to try an ABW. I'm going to try to correct that too, Todd. And I don't have a problem getting the micarta, because if you look at the micarta, they're under $200, aren't they? Or right about $200 for a liner lock, which to me is a great value for an American-made small batch nav. So let's take a quick peek at Timmy's foot. Then we're going to go right back, because I'm sure I'll have to cut it out. There it is. Don't blink, because I'm taking it off right away. Yikes. Fell right between his toes. That was brutal. But that happens. Knife Nut 69, channel member, what is up, brother? Good to see you, man. Welcome to Tuesday night Insomniac Sit and Spin, where we sit, we spin, we talk knives, we talk lives. I will try to show y'all some cool stuff. I want to show y'all a knife, if I've still got it in my history, that my buddy just got in, that I'm going to get to review, which is kind of cool. My buddy A to Z, who I wish you guys would go follow on Instagram, but I'm not going to push him down your throat. Let me pull up this. And I hated where this, it's free. What's it, GTR? Yep. All right. So are y'all familiar with a Riot GTR? I wasn't. Neil McKenzie, member for 19 months. Dude, you get not only the love of, where'd it go? See, if I get lost in my effects, we're going to do this. We're going to stick with our video effects, and there's nothing better than a man hug. And I am fully committed to the man hug. So and I'll turn that down, because I know that's louder than everything else. I apologize. I think we got that remedied. But Neil, thank you, buddy. 19 months, dude. That is outstanding. For y'all that support me, whether you just come to the lives, whether you watch my content, whatever you do, it's very much appreciated. It makes me feel like what I'll do tonight is shoot a video, that I'm not just, some of them do shitty. Chris229, dude, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are the man, and you deserve it. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, dude. I really do. You guys don't know how much I appreciate it. And again, I'm trying to get more perks. I know I've probably been the worst on member perks. You've got the little emojis, which are kind of lame, but I'm doing member lives every Saturday, and they usually don't go long. They'll go as long as y'all want, but I know that a lot of other people go live Saturday. So typically it's a get in, have a giveaway, get out type thing. And it's not because I don't have the time. I've got because the first two we went for 2 hours, but I think we realized that we were stepping on other people's lives. However, they're very small in turnout. So if you guys want to do a live where I go with my TS prof and sharpen a knife and show you how I do it, right? What I've learned from Kyle Coonley, and if you wanted to see me take apart a ram lock and how easy it is to do that. If there were things y'all wanted to do on a members only live, all you have to do is shoot me a message. I'll do it. But the main reason is to have a little extra cheese, a bit more. Dude, I'm doing it right now. I think if I get it down, because some of them, what I have to do is slave them from YouTube and then rip them down. So some of this one might be too loud.
Here's Milky, the marvelous milking cow.
That's better, wasn't it? A little leg hump. Knife Nut 69. I think if I leave it on, it does go to a leg hump. I think Apollo Creed left like high legs over on Sylvester. I could be wrong, but I think he high legged over a couple of times. But yeah, cool stuff that's come in. Very little, but cool stuff to talk about a lot. And I think things to talk about. This kind of, I don't have a hard line on, nor do I think anyone in the community should have a hard line on it. But I know people do. And I like made in the USA knives, right? This is a little Koch design that I traded for. And for any of you out there that are like knife traders that aren't in the position to buy knives now, and you're looking to trade certain stuff, reach out to me. There might be, I've got a lot of folders. I've got more knives than I have since. There are some, because I do feel where this conversation is going, I feel an affection for my American made knives. But I've got these split up here because I've got a lot of knives that come from China. This is designed in Russia, if I'm not mistaken, and then comes from China. I could be wrong. This is designed by an American, Liang Ma, and is made by Riot. S90V. And what I'm pointing at is these are, in my opinion, very fine specimens of very nice designs that were 100% put together by an American dude, right? So this is the Null Knives Voodoo. I don't have one of the other ones, but I am a big fan of these knives after experiencing this. So much so that I bought these scales. It came with carbon fiber scales, which I probably should put back on it because it does look cool, kind of black. But that's a knife that, if I'm not mistaken, is OEM by Best Tech, but designed, put together by a guy here. And then I don't think we know where Quiet Carry's made, but they could be made in Taiwan. They could be made in China. Who knows? They're not made in America, but they're very, very fine knives, my experience. And then I've got some of my favorites, like TRM, Three Rivers Manufacturing, who I absolutely love. Very controversial maker, but whose knives and what he's done for himself and the knife industry, I'm a big fan of. Medford Knives. Alex Steingraber. I'm a huge fan of SPK. I love my Lamia. It's kind of my Rosie. I handled them both and ended up spending money I didn't have on this one instead of the Rosie. The Liang Ma Field Duty 3.5. My favorite knife to date, and it's an old knife, is this knife right here. My G10 titanium Liang Ma Field Duty EDC. This knife's got more snap. It just fits my hand great. L-Max. I'm a huge fan. It's still, when I look back at everything objectively, it's my favorite. However, this full size is just a very nice knife, right? I can't hate on it, can't find a lot of flaw with it. I think it's a great design. And then you've got the Russian, whoever, Evo, that I don't think anybody can argue is a nice knife. Now, I don't know what it cost in Russia to make it. I think it is Taiwan too. I think you're right, Knife Nut. That's why I think I thought that. And I'm not hating on any. My whole point is, we should all choose to do with what we want to do with our money, however we want to, and not be judged accordingly. And I know a lot of it in terms of the dialogue that goes on. I know with my friends who seem very one-sided, all they want to do is make sure that the community is informed, right? But I think we're all at the point to where we can make decisions. And I look back at myself, right? I look at how I have kind of evolved and am continuing to evolve through this knife hike. Where when I started, I was buying budget knives, Civivis, you name it. I mean, I was buying just a ton of them, and they were all China knives. I think my first American knife was my PM2 that I bought. It was this one right here. It used to be Blurple. It's an S110V PM2. I need to get some new scales for this because I'm getting tired of these micarta. Dylan Mallory, what is up, brother? The man, the myth, the legend, an excellent knife designer in his own right, one of which the Forest I own and will never get rid of, only because it was his first kind of on his own deal. And it's a great knife. He's made some great improvements on that knife. And if you're not checking out Dylan, I'm going to get off this bloody toe. I'm going to drop this link in the IG. And I'm going to urge you wonderful knife people, if you're not already, to follow this young gentleman on Instagram and give him some love. Because some of these knives, guys, I will tell you, if I'm not mistaken, Artisan, and correct me, Dylan, if I'm wrong, does a lot of the OEM work for him. But, I mean, just look at the detail in the pivot, the integral, snap. Really cool stuff. I think this is the Forest V2. I've got the Forest V1, which is not nearly this nice. It does not have the
V2 of his Forest design, and it is just such a gorgeous knife.
The ergonomics on it are great, guys. I would urge you to follow the D-Man. He's always cooking up cool shit. I'm a big fan. Dude, we appreciate you, Dylan. And he is somebody who's average height like me, and we can see eye to eye when we bump into each other at Blade Show. And I appreciate that because I don't run into those average sized people as often. Blade Show, in my limited experience, which has only been 3 years, is kind of like the land of the giants. If you're average size, it definitely feels like the land of the giants. But my point is, I was going through my collection, and I think right now I've got this like pull towards my American knives, but not enough of a pull to think about getting rid of any of the imported knives I showed you, plus a whole nother case full of imported knives that I just love. I want to see the negative, and the thing for me, which is weird, which probably I don't ever mean any disrespect by this, but I think that profit is not a bad thing, right? And I think if you're working the logistics of dealing and babysitting an overseas project, and you're dealing with some kind of warranty system, you've got to protect yourself and make sure that you come out in the black. And nobody, I don't think, wants to do it being bring out a knife that the community responds positively to. That's the goal every time somebody puts out a knife. Is, you know, to do the best that they can with it. So I hear a lot of, you know, it only costs X to have it made. Well, that could be true if you're looking at it by a lot. Like, I'm buying 200 of these, and the company says, well, to you, we can sell it for $90 finished or whatever. I'm just throwing that number out there. And they've got to think about, okay, we've got to get it back. We've got to get it QC'd. We know we're going to have an 8%. We're not, whatever it is, not going to be able to use, going to have to deal with that on a return basis and how that's going to work. We're going to have to deal with X% of people that are going to want stuff done that we're going to have extra parts for, which they get in most cases. And I think if the market is selling a similar product for X amount of dollars and you're presenting, I agree. Not cost, but not how much they charge. But that gets into a strange area of what is too much, what's greedy versus what is worth a hard. I mean, I'm sure a lot of stress and logistical monkey juggling, and I only mean monkey in the fact that monkeys bite and they're kind of slimy and they get away from you, right? Would be kind of a lot of work. I think, especially if you're doing it on the side. And I think it's very different on what they cost versus what they charge. And I just try to look at it is, you know, when I was moving up from buying just Kaisers and Civivis and looking at some of these nicer knives, I'm one of the few, not one of the few, Brant would have my back, but I love Hinderer's knives. I love Hinderer's build. I love Hinderer's structure. I love Hinderer's ruggedness. I love everything except that double clutch just happened. I love everything about Hinderer knives. I'm sure this knife made by Riot is not, you know, is hardy maybe, but it's made very freaking well. And I realize it's not made here, but it was designed here. And it's just one of those things where I don't see it as black and white as maybe I should, or a lot of people do. That is sweet, Richard. That sounds like pretty much of a restoration. I've got up at my dad's house, and I can't get into his safe now because we took the key to where my brother lives in Birmingham because he's going through some dementia, but he's got a gun case, and one of the things he's got in it is a World War II bayonet. Super cool. I remember playing with it as a kid, but him never letting us really play with it if he wasn't around, but like unsheathing it. It's got kind of a metal sheath, and really sweet knife. I can't wait to get that to check it out. And I think my little case bird knife is still in there. The one I used when I was a kid, dove hunting and doing crazy shit like that. But I could be wrong. Uh-oh. Do this. So I don't know why this wants to give me a hard time every time. I apologize, guys. It's thrown me behind the curtain so I can see the chat again. I don't know why it wants to do that. I'm going to blame it on me. User error. but I could be wrong. All right, it's just going to be fucked up, I guess. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, doesn't matter. So have you guys had a good week so far? Tuesday, almost day before midweek. That's always a good thing. That is so cool, buddy. Dylan, those are awesome. What finish is it? Is it brown? Is it green? Is it just very rustic? There are a lot of really cool videos on people who do knife restorations. Something I could never do just because I'm not good with little parts, but definitely a lot of cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. And I don't know exactly what year model. Dad's could be from the Korean. It could be from World War I, World War II. It could be a recreation. I just know it's been around as long as I have, from the 60s. Also know he's got a Japanese pew. His father was an officer. He was a military or a medic over in World War II. And they did the whole, I want to say, Iwo Jima thing. And he recovered another officer's pew that my dad has in his possession, but they've taken it to gun shops and there's no place that have changed. It's got its own special round. Sweet, Dylan. Let's see if I can pull it up. I've got to be on my mobile. It's going to make me look at it on my mobile. Yeah, your old stuff, best thing you could do with it, and what I do with a lot of my knives that I don't carry, is I do maintenance on them. I think you should always oil them up a little bit, check them out. Hey, Gareth, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Welcome, welcome. I think you should always kind of clean them up. You know, I use this oil that I got from KPL, and I don't use much of it at all. I just put a little of it on a rag. It stays in the rag, and I just use it to rub down my knives. And then I keep, like in my cases, I went to Amazon and I bought a bunch of these desiccant packs. You can get like a bag bigger than your head for $12. And that was enough to put in all my cases and all my drawers. Swap them out every 6 months. If you live in a place that's humid, which I unfortunately do. I wish I used this knife more. That's why I didn't get excited when Remet put one out. Because A, I thought it was too expensive, and B, the Riot is just too cool. This one's L-Max, the M. It has a little locking mechanism on it. And if I was a badass, which I'm not, I could easily flip it out. But really an interesting knife. Low profile, easy to carry. Everybody's hanging out, saying hey to everybody else. I dig it. I dig it. Even though my StreamYard is intermittently goober fucking me, and I don't know why. What I'm going to try to do is this. And then I'm going to try to do this. Y'all aren't seeing any of this, hopefully. Because it's me clustering. I'm thinking about, I say this, I'm not really. I want to use OBS and get away from StreamYard. A, because it's free and StreamYard costs a shitload. But more importantly, because It gives you a lot more options of what you can do, what you can put on the screen, different stuff like that. And I want to learn, Maddie's going to help me with this, but I want to learn how to use Discord the right way. I've got it. I've got a Discord set up for Javon subscribers because I want to be able to I know I have Discord set up to my little soundboard where I can take calls and stuff like that. Discord calls, which are video calls or otherwise, which is another reason I need to learn to use OBS, because I think, I could be wrong here, but I think StreamYard limits the kind of input. I don't think you can pull in a Discord call. I think you have to pull somebody in from a StreamYard link, which is easy to do, but not always optimal. Maybe send a link to somebody through Discord that they could click on. Who knows? I got to learn how to use it. I'm not ignoring anyone in Discord. I just don't have the what's up, Mayor Salt? Good to see you, brother. Dragoon, what is up, buddy? But yeah, I've got to get to be more active on Instagram. I've got to be more active on Discord. And I've got to, because I think Discord, although everybody's got a Discord, and I'm a member of several Discords that I'm not very active in, are a way for people to communicate, right? And have access to, I need ideas, right? I need channel ideas. Like, what kind of content would y'all like to see? Things that I don't do. I need to do. There's this one video that I've got to make. Maybe I'll make it when it warms up here later this week, but down at the Knives and More. I've got to go through and show off his collection, introduce you guys to him, because if you're ever in the market for a unique Benchmade, that's the guy I would pick up the phone wherever I lived and call him and say, hey, man, you don't happen to have one of these? What's up, Brian F? And he might go, absolutely. And he'll send you pictures and you can do a deal right there and he'll send it to you. He doesn't have a website to do transactions, but he does do one-on-ones. Bob Door, what's up, channel member? And my brother. But he's a good guy. And I need to go look at his store and show it off because I've bought several knives there. And I've been with my buddy A to Z, who's bought a lot. He bought a Herman there. It was on secondhand. The guy had a Medford that I thought was for sale. It was a black titanium scale with a black back, battle black, 3.5 inch. But the guy had called John, the owner, back and said, man, please don't sell that knife. I need to come pick it up. I've got another one. I'll trade you. And he backed out on the deal, which I don't blame him. It was a beautiful knife. But that's where I saw that ProTech frame lock, which was just banging. Jesse, I tell you, I've got to get back to doing work, and I'm thinking digital consulting might be what it is. I've talked to a couple of different companies. Now, it doesn't give me a lot of the benefits I had as a corporate dude, but I just don't have it in my soul at my age to go back into corporate life. I mean, the right offer would, but don't want to cut my hair, don't want to conform, don't want to play the game. I've done it for 30 years. I agree. And I think I've also heard, and I know it doesn't probably happen in the knife community as much, but I've heard that Discords can be pretty toxic places. That a lot of rumors get started there. A lot of crap happens there. I don't know. I've just heard that. Don't know if it's true. I do know that my flipping, I'm going to get rid of StreamYard. I don't know. I mean, I hate the learning curve, but Streamlabs is out there. About half price. I think it's kind of shitty. Don't know. StreamYard is probably the best for somebody who doesn't want to do a lot of the figuring out and tune stuff, but I think most people use OBS with a lot of success. But chances are I will deal with the StreamYard crap, and when it gets bad, I will just have my little hissy fits. It's okay to get in your feelings. It's healthy to get in your feelings. Satisfaction. What is up? Todd, and usually what I've heard is people bail out of Discords. Maddie, my teacher, is in here now. He's going to help me figure it out. Because I know they've got a really uppity, cool Discord. I'm in there. I just don't know how to do anything except do a little emoji that waves. And I could watch a YouTube video. But guys, I can tell you, YouTube videos are the death of me. Tell you what, I'm getting ready. I've been looking at knives because I review knives and I need to buy a knife to review. However, I have found and been seeing videos that I unfortunately clicked on, so I'm getting more videos of people making music with these things. Anybody familiar with that? That just happens to be the mint green one. They make it in white too. But it's a little Mini Lab 3 synth. And what's cool about it, we stop sharing it. Let me go to YouTube and go 3. Edition. If we find it. I'm trying to find a short. They have tons of shorts on this other one. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. This is the little competitor that doesn't have video out. Check this out. So do y'all think that's cheesy or you think it's cool? I really think I could get into it. I think I could just, I'm trying to find the Dr. Dre one. Oh, here we go. Hold on, let me just go make Dr. Dre. Whoops. Here you go. That's the little one I want to get right there. You hook it up to your computer, and it comes with a little DAW. I think I can make my intros. It's got layers it up this kind of loop. It's up. Badass shit. I mean, they make all kind. I mean, all these people have all these loops out here. This is an oldie but a goodie. Then I'll get off here for good. But y'all might not remember this. I do for me as a kid. So he's got his loop in there. He just recording that track in there, and then he'll just throw it all out. Anyway, it'll put y'all to sleep, which is probably what you guys want, but it is definitely badass. That's not crazy. That is a crazy frog. That's right. But it was actually called Axel F, and it was the Beverly Hills 90210 little jam, little musical intro. But I mean, there's so many in there, guys. I mean, it's just nuts. It is nuts. It is absolutely nuts. Coonley doesn't have one, does he? Really, 5-door? See, I've kind of given that up. That's the bad thing. I think it would suck me in worse than a video game. Because I still play too much time on my guitars. I've been working through this to fucking opus. Kyle Coonley's going to join me Friday night and help me get my sharpening down. I've got almost everything in my house just pretty well razor sharp. I failed a little bit last night where I didn't get my burr off because I think I'm rushing it towards the end. Mark Parks, what is up, brother? Not Beverly Hills 90210. What was it? It was Axel F. I'm gonna Google it because it was one of those Axel F. Beverly Hills Cop. Read it and weep, bitches. I saw that shit at the theater, and I haven't seen a movie at the theater since Titanic. So it was a cop. Fantastic movie. Back when Eddie Murphy was funny and hungry. Maddie, I don't know what you're doing out there, but I will send you a link. If you want to come hang, probably won't go 10 hours. Probably won't go 5. Probably go about 3, but you never know. You just never know. So, Maddie, feel free to join if you want to, buddy. No pressure because I know you're doing family stuff. You'd be surprised, Mayor Salt. I don't eat sour cream, and I don't think you can make sour cream mixed with anything and taste like an Oreo. I think that's just masochistic behavior. It would make me gag just thinking about it. But I do like pickles. And I saw him cut into a sandwich the other day that was pretty yummy looking. I'm thinking about doing some longer form short content where I start bridging food reviews with knife cutting, like where I cut the sandwich up, take a bite, cut the sandwich up, take a bite, do a little 60-second good or sucks. Dylan, if you ever talk to Russell, I've been reaching out and I've been trying to get in touch with him, and I know his Instagram's just barreled up. Tell him, John Evans, he knows me from Blade shows years ago, even before I had a channel, that I would love to talk to him about reviewing some of his knives. I even can send them back to him. It usually takes me about a week, and I don't hard use stuff. I really just kind of talk about how it makes me feel. Like this little pokey bastard from Koch Knives, Koch Tools, that's good for one thing: saving your Slurpee. But I guess I'm gonna have to really work it at Blade Show this year if I want to review more knives, that are coming out. And like I say, I'm not looking for them for like gimmies. I'm all about sending them back. Let me get y'all a little mood music in here. There we go. This is probably one of my favorite little tracks. I'm going to even crank it up a little bit. It'll give you all the sleepy dreamies. Cut the Sammy and mix the beat. Let the beat drop. Stealing it is no big deal. If you happen to pass him somewhere, say, hey man, John Evans has been trying to get in touch with you. See, I don't know how loud the drops are. Are these loud too? These pads? Like if I go, I can turn them down. I am sucking on a mocha, espresso, or double shot right now. And before that, I'm drinking on a Jet Life 50 milligrams THC soda. They're delicious. They're grape and lemonade. They're sodas, not spritzers. And they make me sleep like a baby. And I don't sleep much, so that's kind of a good thing. I do not mind it at all. But I'm really digging Mech Fighter, which is a Servant Knives. I hope they come back and start making knives again. This is a little 3V thruster with a attitude gesture on the pinky. Gorgeous knife. Probably 8 inches, maybe 8.5. And then I think the best $63 you can spend if you like small EDC fixed blades. I'm loving this little Kaiser Hurricane I picked up at Amazon. Not Hurricane, Mini Harpoon in 3V. Little slicer. Because again, my EDC fixed blades aren't really to go out and baton through wood. Even though I've got a couple that'll do that, like my little Roughneck. It's basically a little maul that you can carry in your pocket. But they're more about slicing into cat food, cutting paracord, cutting into Amazon packages. And I'm not in a legal state. So I think they're about a 30-minute infusion. Richard, the mini harpoons. You got it. I picked mine up at the Zon, but they always get them back in. Nobody, they got them in. Here, let me share a link with you. I don't know where you live, but I always get stuff on Amazon because I'm an Amazon guy because it comes quick. But they've got it in my Carta handle with the stainless 3V blade, and they've got the mini in the black 3V with the Ultim blade or Ultim handle. And some of those on that listing are D2s as well. Yeah, buddy, I would go to Amazon. Let me make sure. Yeah, the little one's $69. They only have the Micarta 3V in stock, and they've got the PEI in stock. Here, I'll share them with you. And this is the link I just threw up. So you got that one. This is the one I would have gotten, but it would have taken longer to get to me. But they are sold out of most of them. So they're sold out of all the bigger ones. But now you can get these in bigger ones. But I just go for the 6.49 if you're into a mini harpoon. Night, Neil McKenzie. Have a great morning, buddy. That's true, Mersalt. But for me, I bought my mom a cat toy the other day. I had some pencil lead come in because I've been drawing some stuff up lately. I order all kinds of shit from Amazon. So for me to pick up a Kaiser from Amazon from the Kaiser store, it's just the same as picking it up from the Kaiser store. What's up, edgy American? What is happening, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope you've had a good day, buddy. I know the cold weather sucks for trying to get anything done. It's like frigid. I wouldn't think you could do anything. Neil McKenzie, that's awesome, buddy. Work it out. Know you got that at the back door, just waiting for you. Have y'all seen anything super cool that y'all are dying for yesterday or today or this weekend? I've not really been looking. Kaiser Hawks are sold out everywhere. Let me look at a Kaiser Hawk. Oh. Yeah, that's a good looking knife. Have you handled one, Maddie? Are they sold out or are they not come in yet? It looks to me like they might not have dropped yet. Oh, dude, Shane, I'm sorry, brother. I hate that dude. What's up, Scotch? I hope your gel and your diesel didn't freeze up. It's actually warmed up here to about 12 or 13, I think. Yeah, Shane, major condolences to your brother. Call me if you need to talk, buddy, or you want to talk. You know where you can get me. And you should get your letter tomorrow from me. Not that it's of any importance, because it's not. Maddie, I sent you a link. Come on and share. You don't have to stay. What's he back as? Shane's probably in the know. Oh, is it me? Damn, dude. Absolutely. And guys, we all the older we get, know people that are great one day, they find out, and it's just, it terrifies me. Even though it's reality for probably 90% of us that don't drop dead other ways. That's terrible. Hang in there, Shane. Shane, all you can do is be there, brother. And I know it's harder than shit. Absolutely, Shane. And I know just by being there, you will. Scooch. Shane, I can shoot you or Scotch a link if y'all want to jump on. I know y'all are just Tuesday nighting. I did get in some new blue blocker glasses, but I think I'm going to send them back. These are worse than these. What do y'all think? What's up? I gotta get my cold voice. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What you think about my red glasses? They worse? I think they're worse. It made me look like a thin Elvis. Anyway, so they're those. It can go back to Amazon. And I'm not gonna cry river. All right, that's played over like 3 times. Play a little low key. Yeah, there we go. Quiet. Kathleen Smith, howdy, young lady. The deer hunter. Man, I'm telling you, if you want real blue blockers, they're either blue, they're amber, or they're red. Because I've had the white ones. I had them when I worked. Because I sit behind a computer call. I know you do too. But I sat behind it constantly. And I was like in spreadsheets and in analytics, and it was a nightmare. And colored ones were the only way to get it to go. Because at night your eyes would just flicker. Mine would, at least. But yeah, if one of you guys wants to come up here and join me, all I have to do is go. Goodbye, Knives. What's up? Oh, they're always going to be glasses. It's a thing now. I've even looked at some big. I'll show you the ones I was close to getting. So I'm doing it now just to really spite y'all. But I go weird sunglasses on Amazon. It's on Amazon Freak, and these are the ones I fancy. Even though they're way too big for my head. Where are they? Look at the full face one. It's not that one. But it's this one. They're coming up. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to send these back and get them. I'm not seeing them. Weird. Wraparound. These right here. Bang. That's what I'm going to be wearing Friday night. I look like that dude. Chito Bandito. What is up? $14. You too can get some of those big ass oversized glasses and be cool like me. Well, you can have big glasses like me. Cool like me. Luke, what's up? I thought the full frame was kind of cool too, except there's no mouth hole on it. You would just totally fog it up. It looks like a motorcycle shield. They've got some with the bird. I mean, all you have to do, you've got to learn your search terms on Amazon, because weird sunglasses will get you some good stuff. So if we just go down the, I'll show you the ones with the bird. And there's some that have like butt cheeks, the lady's butt cheeks, and her legs go over your ears. Check these bad boys out. Get them in black. Look at these right here. Boom. And do y'all know who popularized these? You know, he used to wear those. Look at the chat. Prince. Prince wore the third eye glasses. In his last band, I forget who they were calling. It's him and a couple of ladies. Here are the bird ones. I think the gaudier, the better. And there's some gaudy ones on here. If there's a trip down sunglasses lane, that's just the first page of weird sunglasses on Amazon. Kind of dig these too. I'll be honest with you. Hello. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Yeah, Prince did the third eye. Let's do let me go to he always copyrights me. That was the name of the band. Yeah. Let's see where somebody got his glasses on. All right. I'm not finding what I want, so fuck it. Because the third-eyed girl was probably some of his baddest shit. Fuck it. So you guys, why don't you buy those? Why don't you? The nuking. I hear you, Luke. No, I'm again. These are reading glasses right here. Those right there are blue blockers, so they don't help anyway. So they're gonna go back. That's the great thing about Amazon. And we've got a Whole Foods here. We don't even have to box them up. I just go down there and scan my phone, drop them in a bag, and hand them to the dude. I'm golden. Shane, has it been too cold to get anything done? Demon, I need to switch him up, dude. I carried a knife today that's hated by many, but it's loved by me. And I need to watch that guy's video on Kunwu. This knife has a great detent. But I've heard some shady stuff about Kunwu. I haven't verified it, but I'm more just a vessel. A vessel for that shit. Yep. That's all you gotta do, Derek. You can either drop them in a bag, or I've tried dropping in a bag last time. The dude at the counter was like, I'll take that from you. And once he scans it, my thing's processed. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. So is it that aggressive? Is he like down or is they hoping he's gonna get to go home for a little while? You're not alone, Brian, at all. And again, when I was into Kunwu, it was early, kind of my collection. I guess my last Kunwu was my Padre. But I bought stuff that, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have bought. Hey, Crispy, what is up, brother? Yeah, I nap in the weirdest times during the day. And then I drink coffee at night. Jeffrey, I hope to ease y'all into your sleep. Now, I know the West Coast, it's early there, like 9 o'clock, 9:14. And I know that our buddy Messer HQ is going to be waking up for work. In about 30 minutes, he'll be up. I was going to show y'all some knives, but knife content bores most people. But we can look at knives if y'all want to. We can look at some stuff coming in. Some stuff I thought was cool. As a matter of fact, I sent an email to Justin, White Mountain Knives, because there are 2 knives there I'm interested in, kinda, and I want to show them to you. Go to Fixed Blades. All right, let me share screen. The first one these are great little knives, by the way. Cheaper at Blade HQ. Let's see. So this little guy I thought was cool. This isn't the one. This is a Tucson little poker jabber. $49. But the one that's cool that I asked about was this one. To me, that's a cool little knife. It's like right over 7 inches, M390, carbon fiber handle, pretty thin. Oops. Got a little sheath. $99, 10% off that. The other one I was interested in was where was it? They've got some weird ass fixed blades there, by the way. Which one was it? It was EDC size, but it was that handy. Where is it? I've done a review on it. I sent it back. Great knife. Where is it? Tactile turn Osprey. This is it right here. And I did a review on that knife. I did it in my Carta. Keeper of my Carta. Whoops. 217. But those are two cool fixed blades. The only thing, what's up, Ron? The only thing bad about the doing good, buddy. I hope you're doing well. The only thing bad about the handy is I kind of wanted it as a carry knife, but I've already reviewed it, so it's kind of doesn't make sense. Because now I'm scrambling for stuff to review. I'm getting ready. Y'all about to see some grouped up videos of knives from months gone by. Absolutely, Jeffrey Dawson. So is anybody carrying anything cool today? I know it's late. I had my y'all turn your heads and cough. I had a Jack Wolf in my left pocket today. As bad as that is, I really like this little knife. This is my Feel Good Jack. This is a great little food cutter. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, guys. Whoop, whoop. It's thumbs up, and I will become just. Where is it? Where is it?
I'm so excited! I'm so excited!
Always hit that like button. I don't know what it does. Penguin D2 and a Finch Road Runner. Nice. The Penguin is a great knife. I've got the only Penguin I have left in my collection. Is a banger. Turn down that volume. All right, got the drop volume down. Got the sound effect volume down. But that is my Penguin. Full-size Penguin. Or not regular size Penguin, but it's got a choil. Hologram slip joint. I don't have any more of my flippy Penguins. That's a Penguin slip. These were out for a while, and you can probably still find them, I would think. Got great walk and talk. It's a full-size knife. Because you got to think it's the same size as your penguin. The best penguin, I wonder if White Mountain has them. They had them on sale. Not White Mountain. Traditional pocket knives. Hold on. Traditional. Go. Penguin. Whoops. He had a special edition penguin. And he still does. This one right here. It is an Ultim. He had it in titanium, but it sold out. Got a button lock and a hollow grind and S90V. Look at that hollow. I reviewed that. I've got a review on it. It is awesome. I should have bought it. Need to reach out to him. Regular penguin, $25. Yes. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Wait 2 seconds, guys. All right, all right. Kill that, come back. Bridgepoint 3, that's a knife I've never checked out, and I'd really love to. The Bridgepoint 395 titanium scales, Devo Mash, Tiger Stripe, Chavez pry bar, and key set. Very nice. I've got a Chavez Street. I've got 3 mashes, too many mashes. If anybody, by the way, is in the market for a Devo nip, I have one that I'd probably be willing to part with. It's titanium. It's not the black one. It's the raw titanium with the blue clip and backspacer. And I've got carbon fiber nip or mash 2.5 I'd probably get rid of. If anybody's looking, just DM me. And I've got other shit I'd probably get rid of or trade, but I'm not in any rush, so it's no big deal. Derek, for real, what's up, brother? I've got been loving my little Ware Alley P. This is a knife a lot of people hadn't seen. It's a production knife of a custom by Ware, made by Riot. And this is an example of a custom knife that was in such. Paul, it's totally up to you, buddy. I've got 2. I'm going to keep the black one. I'll send you pictures of it. You can take a look at it. It's brand new. I've got the box. I literally bought 3. And Ed Harrison bought the purple nurple. It's a little guy. I mean, it's a 5th pocket knife. The Alley P's great. Paul, they're S90V. Here, I'll grab it. Give me 1 second. So on the members live about a month ago, I gave away the Nip Light. Oh, this is the S90V nip slip that I'm going to part with. It's got skiffs in it. So it's got a flipper hole. And it's got a little flipper tab. I'm going to hang on to my black wash one. The only difference is this one's a little looser. Let me loosen this one up. Use my bit bar. Put that up there. A Big Idea Design Company bit bar. I don't know if y'all ever use those. They are pretty jamming for a little handy dandy keeping your bag tool. So, I mean, no big deal, Paul. Just something if you're interested in. Yeah, so I've got those two. I've got a couple of mashes. So I'm gonna keep probably one of my mashes. I love my nip slip. I love my hold on one second. I love my Lush, even though they're coming out with another version of the Lush. Did y'all see that? The version 2 that Riot's making? So check this mash out. This is what I call my mash 2.6. It's a 2.5 body with a 2.6 black blade. The blade that came with, I've got a Blondie, which is where I took this blade and put it on the blind handled one. But I've got a purple carbon fiber mash. I'm thinking 154. I've just been clearing out a few of my Devos. But I do like my Lush. I do like my nip light, or my nip slip. Edgy, what's the HRC on your nips? They're like glass. Maddie, if you're still in here, I sent you a link. You're supposed to come in and you're supposed to inform us on Monster Racing. There he is. What's up, buddy?
Hello.
Hello.
You invited me, so I thought I'd show up.
Dude, I'd love for you to join me anytime. You know me, I just sit here and talk.
I'm snacking on cheese. Shane's eating chili dogs. Yes.
Man, y'all are making me, don't make me think of food. I like to throw up my Taco Bell, where is it? My Taco Bell flag. But see, right now it's 11:30, so that's just teasing me. They've already closed. Even though if I go to their Google My Business page, it'll say they're open till 1. That's wrong. So is Monster really back, or was that a joke?
No. He's back.
Is he? What's his name?
Shane just put a Steel Snob 78. He went private because everyone started harassing him. But Stevie he had a picture of a woman on his Instagram, and Stevie did a Google reverse image search, found that lady, and then that lady was tied to Monster Racing's son Austin, all from Green Bay.
What I mean,
so that Steel Snob was even selling a Ferrum Forge Demigod, the very one that Stevie currently owns. And he was
totally
selling it
scam.
for $400.
And he doesn't even have the knife.
No, Monster Racer never has the knife.
That's and there's nothing we can do except run him out. So at least he's changing his name. But that just lets y'all know, guys, you've got to be careful in the community just because there's so many people out there.
Austin's girlfriend, okay.
That's the one he raises money for?
Probably, except that his girlfriend's name is Wendy's Double Cheeseburger.
Double cheese. So how was your weekend, Matt? Did you have a good one?
A good what?
Weekend.
I did, yeah.
Cool.
It was quite nice.
Probably nice and warm there.
I got this pack. I was gonna go live, but then I forgot you go live.
What'd you get?
So I ordered. Well, I didn't order. There's 6 knives in here, and they're all slip joints.
Sweet.
But it's from Lefty.
Dude.
But it was $100 for 6 knives.
He found them just as a group on, or did he just buy 6 separately?
You know how you guys are given knives to check out from the companies? That's probably what these were.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, so he just had a stack of them.
Dude, that's awesome. I haven't talked to Lefty in a while. You know, we used to do Off the Edge every other Saturday. When Stevie would go live, you guys would go live one Saturday. And I think the baby's kind of tied him up a bit.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. And I would want him to do nothing but that.
He said he would slip you joints.
Dragoon said, Matty, you had it wrong. He said he would slip you joints.
So today I'm just announcing that's day 1 of my diet is down. Which I'm snacking on cheese.
Congratulations, dude.
By the end of the year, I'll be skinny again.
Hey, man, all it takes is one day at a time, and you can't get discouraged on those days that you slip back.
I know.
On anything like that, it's just, what do they say? After like 21 days, habits can change, or is it less than that? 2 weeks?
For me, it's like half a year.
I'm pretty sure it's a month.
Well, I mean, being conscious of it is, I think, so much of the challenge. You know, once you're conscious of it, your brain's a pretty powerful organ. You know, if you catch yourself, you know, and you've got a little accountability, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I do too. We'll get those back together at some point. I have a feeling Lefty's going to get busier and busier. I never saw the mini growler.
It's not pathetic, Marceau. One day at a time. I'm announcing the beginning.
Hey, and just announcing the beginning and acknowledging that there is a beginning is a win.
Yeah, so suck it, Marceau.
Definitely.
So
I'm not going
to
to off you on your review samples. Kyle's so negative. I love Kyle.
He did. Okay, so there's one knife that I want to open, and the one knife is worth more than $100. It's not sad as F. To a fat guy, it's everything. All right. Oh, here you go.
Speaking of this, little marketing, I've still got some dead nut stickers somewhere. I think I gave most of them away. I ordered some stickers today, by the way. Real steel. So how does he get hooked up with all those knives?
There it is. They send it to him.
Yeah, but I mean, he had to talk to somebody. He had to get a relationship. I don't get shit sent to me, dude. Concepts and every now and then a Kaiser.
Yeah, he probably talked to him. I don't know. Nobody sends me nothing. But
what you got?
I like Real Steel. It's one of my favorite companies.
I've got a great Real Steel slip joint. Best Man.
Okay.
No, that's Line Steel. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is the one I want to check out.
Ooh, that's a Slippy.
It is. It's got like a, I don't know, quarter half stop. I don't know what that is.
It's still got plenty of click. That's nice looking, dude.
It is.
No clip. Oh, it's got a little clip.
Yep. Little milled one.
What's the blade steel on it? Not that it matters. It's a slip joint.
I believe it's N690. Yeah, N690 with the titanium frame.
Very nice.
Here, I'll give something Shane to look at.
That's $100 knife right there, isn't it?
This is 130 something. There you go, Shane. Yeah, but this one caught my eye, and it's really cool. But he was Lefty was selling like a box 6 of these. I think someone got 6 Kaisers for like $100 too. There was a stack of Vosteeds in there. Thanks, Kyle. It is. Thank you.
Very positive, Kyle. I would have given that shit away, but I'm an idiot.
You know, if you go to Reddit, you'll see a lot of these YouTube people sell the knives they get for free.
Yeah, I know.
It's a way to make money on top of all them super chats.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you look at your knives as a form of payment and your time going into a video and you edit it, I don't hate on that. It's just not the way I roll. Because my videos take such little effort. It sounds snappy, dude.
It is. I didn't realize it was a quarter, whatever.
It looks like it's thin too. Is it a thin blade?
It is. But what's cool on this one is if you turn this screw, you can actually change the detent to make it lighter or stiffer.
But it's a spring or is it a double detent?
I don't know how it works. There was like a...
it looks like it's got a spring along the back, doesn't it?
It's got a back spacer, but I don't know if it's a spring. But it's called the adjustable tension system.
What's the name of the knife? The Real Steel what?
Ventus. Ventus.
Yeah.
But I wanted to check out that adjustable detent, or I guess not detent, but adjustable tension system. But it goes from zero, low, middle, high.
It's called the ATS, adjustable tension system.
Yeah.
0, low, middle, and high. The 0 setting simplifies steel assembly. Interesting, dude. They've got a really neat
sides of the barrel, different heights. Okay.
So it's got 4 settings for that adjustment. So it's not like forever. You can just go 1, 2, 3, or 4. It should have clicks.
Yeah. What it sounds like is it puts pressure on the lock bar, and then for a lighter pull, it does less pressure. But I don't know what it's set at right now, and I don't know how people grade these things. Like Big Red,
Dylan says there are different sides of the barrel are different heights.
The review would be a paid advertisement. Kyle, that's true. It's true. But yeah,
it would be, you have to disclose that it was sent to you for free. A paid advertisement would be if you said this is the greatest knife, blah blah blah. If you just went over it and talked about it, if someone says I'm going to sponsor your video and pay you $100 to do a video on this product, that's sponsored paid content. If you're going to do an ad, i.e., you're just going to talk about the positives like you see on a lot of music videos and I guess knife videos, then you have to disclose that it's paid content. And if it's given to you, you should say it's given to you for review, because you don't have to say nice things about it.
Every time I get something for free, I say it. I said several times, but isn't that a nice combo right there?
That is, because you've had that other one for a while, hadn't you? I think that's a sexy
bad
looking minimalistic knife.
Yeah, I love it. That's a good combo.
Yeah, it really is. I like the size of that little knife too.
Yeah, I like this one. I'm glad I got it. So basically, it was like buy one, get 5 free.
But Edgy, a paid ad is an ad saying it's a great product. Go buy it. And a lot of people never say go buy it. They say this is what I think of it. And if you like it, here's a link. It's not, and Metal Complex is great about ditching on knives and still saying, but if you like it, here's a link, you know? Selling them for a profit transcends. I'll check out FTC guidelines, dude, but a review is different because I'm not selling anything. I'm just talking about something that was gifted me by a manufacturer. It happens in every single, I mean, the clothing business, the furniture business, the electronics business.
I think Kyle's talking about this because he was probably giving these for free, and then I just bought them.
Oh, yeah. Now that's totally, I mean, I don't go there. And I think having a raffle where you give away free shit and you have people buy into it is even worse. But I'm not the police of terms and services.
Ooh, here's a little.
I try to stay 100% legit, and I'm sure I forget from time to time to say that this knife was sent to me. I don't think I do, but if you went back and checked, I wouldn't swear that I've never not said it. What's that? Is that a real steel slip joint? I've seen that one before.
All this Lux. It's like one of the budget ones.
Yeah, but it's a nice knife, though, isn't it?
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks slicey.
Seems like Real Steel really likes that quarter stop. I hate agreeing with Kyle. 500 knives.
I agree. I agree, and I used the wrong term. You're right. It's
Well, you said raffle.
Did I say raffle?
It's
against terms and service. Either way you look at it, it's not a good thing. And to be honest with you, what is done on Saturdays at members only lives is not a great thing. But I do it because it just seems like the best way to do it without advertising it and making people feel like.
Yeah, just go beg for money.
God, there's so many. Don't even get me started.
Yeah. No, thank you.
No.
On my channel, I kind of do the I did hear waffle. I do the opposite. I tell people don't super chat. Just enjoy it. Oh, here's a little like a Barlow pattern, right?
I like that. I like the ass end of it too.
Yeah, it's got some good grip on this one. That one's not too bad.
Kyle, in the influencer program, it talks about it a little differently, but I mean, I can see the perception, but I don't agree with the premise because I know when I review something, how I review it. It's just simple. I guess in game, my end game is not to sell shit. The most shit that sells off my reviews are stuff that I didn't like or that I thought was a scam, which was the Strider clone. It's probably been the knife that sold the most for me off of my link. So it's not about that. It's just about showing stuff. And for me, the struggle is having content. I try to put out a video a day. Not to mention my shorts. I put out 9 shorts a day. The shorts are easy because I just recycle those. Because I'm seeing different people or different people are seeing them.
Half stops made by blind children. Hey, I like them.
I agree, dude. But Kyle, how does it work where you see so many? Because I'm looking at the synthesizer right now. I'm looking at a couple of different small $99 synthesizers, and you can watch reviews, and I can tell who's giving a review and who. And these people are all sent the product. and who's selling the product against something else. So I guess it's not policed very heavily, and none of them say paid ads. They just say this was sent to me by Aberlin or whoever the case was.
I wanted to open a knife, Gito.
Does it give your hand enough room on the handle?
Yeah, I can get all 4 on there.
Full 4? It looks like it's got a little lanyard place on it too.
Yeah.
If you wanted to lanyard it.
There. But my hand would cover the lanyard, so I wouldn't put one on there.
But Kyle, if you can get me talking to the guy at TS Prof, I will change my morals and I will shill that motherfucker like you wouldn't believe. Only because I believe in it. And that's another thing that I can send you a go away letter I sent today. I did take in Barry's sales because I found Stevie's video so funny. So I reviewed that knife. But today I had a guy send me some shit and he wanted me to check it. And I told him what I'd be interested in looking at. Hold on, where was it? Where's my sentiment? Where is it?
That's true, Shane. Bad publicity is still good publicity.
So he sent me, hey, thanks for your interest in this, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, we already filled all the sample slots of that series, which was something that EDC would like, but we'd like to send you one of these. And I was just like, no, thank you. And send it back. And I won't fuck with them again because I don't rarely answer emails that come into my box. And I get shit that comes in all the time for all kinds of different stuff. What's up? Level on up. Good to see you, buddy.
Well, I didn't mean to start a whole argument.
What, buddy?
I didn't mean to start a whole argument. I just thought it was cool. I got 6 knives for cheap.
That is a good deal. I mean, it's a very good deal.
Especially this one.
And Metal Complex sells knives to his patrons for a lot less than they cost. And his Patreon is evidently not expensive. It's like $1.99 to join. And it's not uncommon for I see a lot of them on Blade Binge. If you go to Blade Binge, you can tell that there are 2 or 3. I don't know how their usernames connect to their review names, but they'll even say, I'm a reviewer. I reviewed this knife. It's brand new in box, and they're usually about $50 to $75 off, and they're paying the fees at Blade Binge. Another THC soda. Cheers. God, that stuff tastes so yummy. The grape and lemonade. Edgy, why don't you think we provided a real review? Not everybody cuts a lot of shit. Let's say 90% of the people cut boxes and stuff like me. Maybe not, but they'll watch Erica or they'll watch somebody that knows different.
I'm literally cutting the cheese.
I try to put reviews together like the reviews I watch, which was just to show shit. Not to show it so that people would go buy it. Because I can show you if I ever get a 1099, which I probably didn't even cross the 1099 realm, but I make like $27 a month on Amazon, which is a lot. I'm thankful. I might make, if Scotch and Things buys something from DLT, he usually uses my link. I might make 40 or 50 bucks from DLT, but I'm not pumping links to sell stuff. I review knives because I like making content. And I like seeing how I can grow my channel in different ways to grow it, right? Not to get more shit or to make more money. Ad revenue would be good. I have no problem making ad revenue.
Luke, I'm back on keto, but
as a matter of fact, if I had a button right now, I'd push it and I'd serve you all a fucking ad.
Don't serve me an ad.
I'm not serving anybody an ad. I actually have a month subscription or month trial of Amazon Plus, and I only did it because I thought I could download videos to get some of my little drops. I learned I couldn't. I learned another way to get around that. But so I canceled it, but I've still got like 15 days. And dude, it's been nice being able to watch a YouTube video and not see an ad. at all. And the creator still gets paid.
Yeah.
So
And
if you
Marcel,
get,
you should ride on my back, dangle some cheese in front of me. I'll go running. Sorry, Javon.
no, dude, you chat. I was going to say, we don't have Donnie here. You know, last night I downloaded a special effect for Donnie. He had his horn on Pocket Metals.
Also, Josh, I think it was Josh. It was $100 for the 6. And this knife alone is 130.
Anyway, you look at it, it's $20 a knife.
Yeah. Couch snap hairdo.
Did you
Yeah.
buy it in the group?
Come on,
Where do you
boy.
have them for sale?
They were in that YouTube chat.
Yeah, I rarely get in there. I get it lights up a lot, and I'll go in there and read it like once a week. I'm so bad about getting on Instagram, not getting on Instagram.
Oh, you won't be able to find that part now because everyone spent like 3 days, especially Ray, about the TikTok ban.
It's not banned anymore, right?
I know, but before that,
Oh, they were all whining
about
about it. Dude, I hope it goes and gets banned again. I could care less.
well, they're talking about where else to make money.
Does it just have to be see that's a so there are people and they admit that they're looking at it as a job.
Mhm.
And I can't fault people like that. I mean, if you're looking at it as income and you've built a following and they know that you're selling air inflators, knives, Nikes, all kinds of stuff, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But to have a knife channel and talk about knives, yeah, there are a lot out there that sell knives, but there are a lot that don't. I don't think Scott sells knives.
And you know what? The some of the big people like Neves and Ray and all them, they say they're making money off of it. They're front honest. You can't fault them for that.
No, and
Let them go make their money.
I would love to have income coming from Instagram because the way or YouTube, the way I look at it, if people are watching videos, revenue is revenue, ad revenue. If people want to connect with your channel and buy knives using your links because they're buying knives anyway, it's not really like you're taking advantage of somebody, right? It's just it would be great to have enough people to fuel that so you would have some income. But that doesn't mean sell out your morals or get a bunch of knives that you just say are great. Oh, I know, Edgy. I'm just saying, I'm not at all. I'm not even really debating. I'm just saying that they're different. I quit judging them too because it would bother me. But they're not all created equal. That's all I'm saying.
Shane, I said the same thing earlier at the beginning of this year. I said this year I'm about positivity. And I don't care what anybody does. I'm going to worry about this guy.
Worry about those close to you, man.
Yeah.
Life's too short.
Well, I found myself last year getting stressed and angry for no reason. So I don't want to do that anymore.
Well, there's a lot you're exposed to in chats, even if you don't respond to them. There's just a lot of stuff that you just kind of take off your back. And that's why, you know, a lot of people, most YouTubers, read their comments. I don't read my comments.
Thank you, Cheeto.
Shane shows his nipples for money.
Shane
hey, dude,
should
it's effective. It's an effective gift. Don't feel guilty. You're giving value. See, you're providing a service for said shilling. That's different. And I don't mean shilling as in, or for shekels. Absolutely.
Don't be
Absolutely.
sorry. That's with a double dipping.
I agree. If you don't think the knife is a good knife. Now, if you're looking at a $30 or $40 knife and you think for $30 or $40 that either you bought the knife, which I bought a shitload of those knives, and you're just talking about what it is, there's a difference in saying everything's awesome, go buy it, than saying this is what I think about this knife. If you like knives like this, go buy it. And I always say there's a link in my description or you can Google it.
And technically, when you accept something for free, when you go to YouTube, there's a box when you upload videos, when you're doing all that crap that you have to check that says it's getting something for free and then talking about it is a paid advertisement. And you're
Yes.
supposed to check that box.
On
And then it
YouTube?
shows up somewhere in the video description.
Yeah.
But no one
Are you talking about on YouTube or on Amazon?
The thing I'm
On
talking
YouTube?
about?
Yeah.
That's on YouTube when you're uploading videos.
Yeah, when I
like,
upload a
I think it's
video, it
under-
doesn't say. It says if it's a paid advertisement. Let me see, I can't do it right here. 'Cause I've looked at that. It does say is it a sponsored ad or paid advertisement. Paid advertisement means, and I know Kyle's got a literate definition that's true, but they're talking about like, did this makeup company give you X amount of dollars? It does not mean product. Let me pull it. Hold on.
I think it does, though.
I don't think it does. YouTube
I don't have anything to upload. Otherwise, I'll try it.
terms
Maybe I can go to edit.
service product reviews. Go right
Oh,
here.
here you go. I can share my screen. I'll show you.
Does it show it?
Unless you already found it.
I haven't yet. I was just reading what it says on
Here you go.
you
me
must
know.
just say that you receive free payments. You receive free products or payments for reviewed. And then you've got to avoid making false or misleading claims. According to YouTube's terms of service, when creating product reviews, you must be truthful and transparent, disclose any material relationships with the brands, parentheses, like receiving free products or payment for reviews, and avoid making false claims about the product. That's what the terms of service says.
I'll show you the
What did
YouTube
you
box.
find? Because I've seen that checkbox, and I've always skipped it because it didn't apply to. Nobody paid me to review it.
But they're sending you something.
A $30 knife. Am I taking net cost or am I taking retail? That's
It
ridiculous.
says if you accepted anything of value from a third party to make your video, you must let us know.
Show me that.
Share your screen. I've
here,
been
I got
having
it
shared this
down
whole time. It says it right there.
All right.
Paid promotion. If you accepted anything of value from a third party to make your video, you must let us know. And you're supposed to check that box.
You confirm the paid promotion follows our ad policies. Click learn more.
Let's go learn more. You
Paid
may include
product
paid product placements, endorsements.
Sponsorships. Is it talking about reviews? Go to reviews. Click up there where it says describe your issue. Disclosing product right at the top of that search bar where it says describe your issue. Go product reviews, disclosures. That's what I was just reading on YouTube or on a Google. Because that's different than showing a review with products in it. You have to. We're not doing product placement.
I don't know. I did disclosure, product reviews, disclosure.
So I do product reviews. Just do product reviews and see what happens. Because you're in terms of service, so it should just give us create, manage, not tagged, YouTube review content. There you go.
This one?
Yep.
This just tells how they review your video.
On the right, what's it say on the right? Age restricted, YouTube review content.
This isn't like reviews. This is YouTube reviewing your video.
Go product reviews, YouTube product reviews. I'm sorry. Because I can show you what I pulled up.
Yeah, show me. You already have it. I don't know what I'm doing. I just work here.
You just know what's going on, dude. What I pulled up was this. And I can go to the terms of service, but what this does is it pulls it from the terms of service. So let's go show more. Go to the link. Service.
Smoke shop knives. Do it.
All right, hold on. All right, I'm going back one because that's the whole terms of service. But can y'all see that? What it says, and this is for product reviews. According to YouTube's terms of service, when creating product reviews, comma, you must be truthful and transparent, comma, disclose any material relationships with the brands, parentheses, like receiving free products or payment for reviews, in parentheses, and avoid making false or misleading claims about products. Essentially, you must review product honestly and accurately while adhering to their community guidelines.
Exactly. So
disclosure
if you
is key.
accept something,
You must clearly state it in your video. It says if you received a product for free or were compensated for the review, you must clearly state it in your video.
heck yeah, Joe.
So I think there's a difference between a review and product placement and product. I mean, because if you look at what they do on like Logan Paul or where they've got a ton of primes sitting around, that's different.
I don't know. That little checkbox says if you accepted anything of value, you check that box.
Yeah, I don't
It
check
doesn't
that
say
box.
for a
I've never
review
checked
or
that
anything. It says check that box if you accepted anything to make that video.
Yeah, and then
So-
it throws a paid promotion up in the corner, and it's not a paid promotion because it's a different thing. And it's not talking about a review. It's saying if you received anything to make a video, like let's say you're making a video on a prank and you're wearing somebody's clothes that they gave you to wear, which happens all the time, or you're wearing somebody's hat because you stream. That's paid promotion.
All
I
right.
read up on that stuff. I mean, I you can check it, but it'll just say paid promotion, and it's not an actual paid promotion.
What kind of is? They sent you something for free. That's paid, and you're promoting it.
No, I'm not promoting it. I'm reviewing it. Paid
Except you
promotion.
show a
versus-
video, you're literally going, "Hey, look at this."
Right.
Whether it's
look
good or
at
not, that's promoting something that they sent you.
looking at something and promoting something is different. If you look at the difference in showing versus promoting, promoting has a what do you call it? I'm trying to persuade you. It's got a persuasive element to it. When you're promoting something, you're persuading someone to buy into the promotion. Product review. YouTube. Let's see if this gives us a difference. All right. Last lesson, then we're going to get off this crap.
Oh wait, this is fun.
On YouTube, a paid promotion means a creator is directly compensated by a company to feature their product in a video, often with specific messaging or requirements about how to present product, while a product review is when a creator shares their genuine thoughts on a product, even if they received it for free, but is not obligated to promote it positively or in a specific way. The key difference is the level of control a company has over the content and whether the creator is being paid to feature the product. You want me to show you that?
If you want.
I mean, it's just out of the YouTube terms of service. There's just a difference. And that's what I'm not taking up for either side. I'm just saying there's a difference between a product review, which a lot of people do, whether it's pins, and this is pulling it out of. But there's a distinct difference between a paid promotion and a product review. Paid promotion's an advertisement. Like the what was that knife that Lefty had forever? He had a club, the Shadow Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
That was an ad. Anybody that was showing and talking about this is the greatest knife of all times, that's an ad. That's trying to persuade. You're promoting a knife for people to buy. When you're saying, hey, this is a TRM Atom, or Neutron. It's a great knife, blah, blah, blah. Here's a website where you can get it. I don't have a link there. They sent me, not this one, but they sent me a knife for free. It's not a paid promotion. I'm not making anything off it. It's not. Because I like the knife. I asked for it. Google paid promotion versus product review. See what it tells you.
Hey, I'm just gonna check my box.
You check your box.
I'll tell other people.
Everyone turn me in for not checking my box, and let's see
no
if I
one
get
turn into one.
I'm not a lawyer.
I'm just a
didn't go to
man
law
with a
school.
half a brick of cheese. And
I
a
did
cool
not go to law
joint.
school, but I do believe that there is a huge difference. But you have to go out and you have to watch the shit brain rot content I watch to see what real influencers make.
Ugh, no
Dude,
thank
they
you.
can make $10,000 an hour streaming and wearing somebody's fucking shit.
Wait, how much an hour?
$10,000 each hour. These are 20-year-old kids.
I would
They
show
get-
myself for that much money.
They're not. It's brain rot. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, my soul has a price though, and $10,000 an hour sounds like it's it.
I wouldn't check the box
give
because
me
it
all the
doesn't
shirts.
apply to me, Edgy. It doesn't. It's not. If I check the box, A, I would be lying, and B, a paid promotion things comes up, and I'm not doing paid promotions. If I was getting somebody to pay me to do paid promotions or send me knives saying, "Hey, if you say this nice bad, we're not going to fuck with you anymore," and I said, "Okay, I'll go by that, and I'm not going to say this nice bad." That's a paid promotion. But fuck no, I'm not going to check a box if I'm not doing anything wrong. That's fucking crazy. You're a freedom guy. Fuck's wrong with you? I love you, Edgy. Who cares? I care because it's not true. I don't lie, bitch.
XXXXXXXL. I do have a
I just
5XL.
read it off of YouTube, and it was absolutely different. A paid promotion means a creator is directly compensated by a company to feature their product in a video. And you say it's a knife, so we'll say that. Often with specific messaging, this is difference or requirements about how to present the product, while a product review is when a creator shares their genuine thoughts on a product, even if they received it for free, but is not obligated to promote it positively or in a specific way. The key difference is the level of control a company has over the content. They don't have to disclose it. You do disclose it because you have fucking morals. You're going to say somebody sent me this. That's like Nick Shabazz always says, somebody sent me this. You'll never see Nick Shabazz on any of his videos say paid promotion, ever. He doesn't take paid promotions. Now, Melissa Backwoods, you will on some of hers. Or the hate arc. Paul Mills. We're going to get away from the hate arc, dude. I'm going to give you a big man hug.
I've never been on screen with you.
But Edgy, I did read it out loud, but it said something different. Right. And to have a paid review, and I'm not saying that people don't have paid reviews or paid promotions. A paid review would be somebody telling you what to say, a commercial. You are signing up for these knives or this dollar to say something positive about this brand. If you're saying, if somebody says, here, I'm going to send you a couple of knives, tell us what you think, give us feedback, that's totally different. I point out something negative about every knife. What's up, Fred the Lug? I saw you the other night on Brent's live, and it was the first time I saw you, and I thought it was awesome getting to meet you or say hey to you.
What's up, Fred? I wish I had a Monterey Jack, but medium cheddar's all right.
Rocky and Apollo can get along.
Apollo Creed.
It's all about love. And if you're needing it, as we all do from time to time.
Hi, pal. My name's Corky. Come on and be my best friend. I'll tell you.
We all need a best friend.
I would not be that doll's best friend.
That is a creepy, creepy doll.
That doll's going to murder you in the night.
That is a doll that will definitely come after you. Did you see my intro commercial? You might remember this, Maddie. You're probably too young.
Big wheels are a-rolling. Listen to them turn. The big wheel sound of power with speed enough to...
Dude, those were death traps.
Those are fun, though. Those are ones you could, like, drift on, right?
Oh, yeah, because they had plastic wheels. You could drift till you flat spotted your tire or your wheel, and it went flat.
I had one
Which
of
would
those.
happen all the time.
Adolescent Chucky. You have that doll, Tommy?
That was a 70s doll. It was real popular. I went to YouTube and I was like the creepiest 70s cartoons. And man, there were some wacky ones. And back then, everything was, I mean, if you go back and you watch, what was it called? All in the Family, or you watch an episode of The Jeffersons, or you watch an episode of Good Times, you look at this shit and you're like, there's no way that anyone would allow it on. But it was just basically dealing with issues. And if the same with these old commercials were very non-politically correct. I mean, for example, can you imagine milking a cow today as a toy?
Here's Milky, the marvelous milking cow. It's fun to milk her, gonna do it right now. She drinks the water when we pump her tail. She's raising her head, it's milking time now.
His big lips, nobody's gonna let that go.
That cow had some sexy lips.
That cow looked like, you never know what Jimmy would do with that cow.
I think we all know what Jimmy did with that cow.
The green machine, you wiggle, right? Or it had pedals. No, you're right. It had pedals too, but you just steered it back here. So what was happening, Maddie, if you were in that chat, what was the cap cut that people were talking about? It sounded like there was some editing software that was also clipped from the being able to use. Was that part of TikTok?
Oh, they were talking about an alternative to TikTok, and CapCut was one they were thinking about going to.
Well, CapCut was an editing software, wasn't it? That's what it, hold on.
It was called something like that.
I'll use iMovie, and I use 2 apps. One for making thumbnails. I need to do better. CapCut, all-in-one video editor tool, AI generator. So it was this. It was a free video editor. So I guess if you edit videos, but I just do it on iMovie because all I do is add an intro and a
crispy,
funny Chunky. Chucky was creepy, dude. Especially the dolls that Spencer or other people made that looked like the creepy Chucky. The creepy Chucky was because they're regular dolls that look scarier than Chucky. That goes without saying.
Those Cabbage Patch Kids.
My brother my brother dated a chick in college, and this is at Duke. So this is where they say the smart kids go to school. My brother never made a B. But this chick, she came and stayed with us at my grandmother's when she was still alive at Florida. She had a condo at the beach, and my girlfriend at the time from college came down to meet my brother, who's 5 years younger than me, and his girlfriend. She brought like 20 fucking Cabbage Patch Kids. And the first thing she did was the room they were staying in. There were 2 beds, and I thought they were going to push the beds together, but they just slept in one bed because one bed was for the Cabbage Patch Kid. And she set those little motherfuckers up, dude. And you'd walk by the door, and at least 3 Cabbage Patch Kids are making dead ass eye contact with you, especially if you've got 11 lined up there sitting.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, Fred, because you don't want to tell your brother, dude, you need to run. I mean, this chick's got baby issues.
Yeah, that's creepy. The Garbage Pail Kids were better. They even made that a movie.
Yeah, the Garbage Pail Kids were better.
A really weird movie.
But the Cabbage Patch Kids made a ton of cash for somebody because they were popular. I can say that. And they were expensive. Weren't they like $100 back in the day?
I never had one, so I don't know.
I didn't have one either, but I think they were like $100.
Shane probably had one. Shane, how much were they?
Shane probably had one with a special hole cut in it. He stuffed bologna in there. Till it get all putrid, then he let his special hamster eat it out. Oh, edgy.
Let's see. I should show something.
Edgy left in disgust. He's mad at me because I was taking up for Schillers.
He's not mad at you.
I know.
You know what? That was a fun debate. Normally you say choose debate, not hate, but today you chose both.
That was great. It was just I
kind of like that fiery Javon.
And a lot of it's semantics too, right? So I can see it from both sides. I can see how people think.
Thousands?
How could you be objective? Because it's easy. Like, I don't have any of those knives out here. There's one of those, the Momo. I did a review on the mini Momo and on the Momo. The Momo didn't do it for me. It was a big ass knife. It might make somebody a good knife. If you want a big ass, almost as big as a 4-max kitchen kukri that folds up, this is a good knife for you. For me, it's not. I like the mini. It works better. It's still an odd knife, odd shape, but it works well. Designed by somebody who doesn't design knives. He's an architect. He's designed a few different, right? Here it is. Take a look. Flip, flip, flip. You can even use your finger to middle flip. That's it, right? If somebody likes it, and I gave it away this past weekend, and the Momo is a great knife if you want a full-size knife.
I like
it
stuff.
it also doesn't feel big in the pocket because it's got such a slender handle. So there are things that I have people, and I just see them because I pop up on my phone. I can't believe you're saying a Kaiser knife's any good, blah, blah, blah. Dude, Kaiser makes good knives for the money.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Kaiser makes a good knife. It might not
Actually,
be the
you know what?
knife for you, and that's okay.
Can we go in a different direction real quick and talk about a knife that was revealed at SHOT Show?
Absolutely.
Magpul designed a knife, and it's basically injection molded, and they're selling them.
Where did I see
Or-
that tonight? Somebody's got that for
Blade
sale.
HQ is they're pushing them, and
Okay,
they're
I-
selling them
that's
for
what
as
I
much
thought.
as a Spyderco.
Yep, let me go back to it.
It's a
Now, is that you,
$30
Mr.
knife.
Nate? I was wondering what the story was about that. That was one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight because it's under their new arrivals.
It's garbage. They're charging
Magpul
way too much.
Brasalia,
It's an injection molded knife.
$189, right? Here it is right here. If this is what we're talking about.
Yeah, look at that. 189. It's injection molded.
Polymer, Magpul USA. What's the steel on it? Where is it? Blade material, MBN S35. Does that mean S35VN? It looks like it has a different lock. It does.
Yeah.
It does. Can y'all see that?
What's funny though, I don't know what kind of lock it is. They're charging way too much. But if you go to that Blade HQ video, the chat is lighting them up, justifiably so.
Okay, so they got a video on their YouTube.
It's injection molded steel. Okay, that's what Sharif said, and that's what Level On Up said too. Okay,
All right, hold on. What? It's injected molded steel, not injected molded plastic, or
Yeah.
both?
it's ridiculous.
All right, is it on this one right here?
No, it's right there. Magpul just changed the knife industry.
All right,
they did.
guys, we're gonna watch this.
Marcos.
We're gonna snipe it.
Read the comments too.
Yep.
There is no way.
All right, because I got to be transformative. So let's open the comments.
I also hate that guy's face.
What a surprise! An injected molded company that makes an M knife and is priced alongside real knives. Thumbs up. Yep, we're gonna roast it.
Entire knife is molded. Yeah.
Firearms accessory manufacturer in the world. So we make firearms accessory parts for all the major. They
All right.
do overlanding. We're all surfing.
Doesn't
All
stop
right,
there.
you're
They do engineering
surfing.
workarounds,
And that means what to me?
and I'm here to tell you, injection molding is one of the most popular ways to manufacture plastic.
He's making them at night,
Guys
Kyle.
did right. We created the same.
You just showed a
parameters
mag,
for
which I don't need to
testing
show.
reach those same
They rarely show the knife, probably because they know how much it sucks. There
There
it
it
is.
is.
scales and then put them on.
Wait, no,
these
those are the
Kershaw blades and gave them
Kershaws.
to all the employees. So that was kind of the
Yeah,
next
that's a
kind of
Kershaw. What's the
threshold
deal?
for more. And so I think
Yeah, they
what
rarely
it
show
shows
them.
is that we should probably
The MIM process begins
Do they not even have it to show?
all the way through to 100%.
It's in there somewhere.
All right, let's just read the comments.
Yeah, read the comments.
What a surprise! An injected. Oh, they got 4 replies.
They will say
Absolutely
whatever.
overpriced. Yep. It's supposed to outperform those other knives. Sounds like it's much better edge retention. S35VN. You're also forgetting that nobody pays MSRP. Shut up. All right. $200 seems too much. Spoiler alert, the video is an infomercial. It should say paid advertisement, but it doesn't. I agree with that. There isn't a single test city on Earth which MIM. Yeah, I mean they're just getting flamed, but that's just why would they? They probably have some stake. Let's
Okay,
do
look.
this. Let's go Magpul. Magpul.
-13.
Nah,
Tell us how you really feel about that, dude, Kyle.
parent company. Albion River in Austin, Texas. Uh-oh, that's their wiki. I thought that was their website. Here's
I mean,
they don't even have a website. No, you know what?
very-
Magpul. Now I know what they are. They're magazine manufacturers.
And now they've jumped into.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true, Shane. If I don't have to check the box, neither do they. That is a fact. Jack, hit the like button.
Sharif, you should come up here and talk
Come
about
on
this
up, Sharif.
injection molded
I'll send you a
stuff.
link. Hold on. Edgy, I'll send you a link too, buddy. I'll send you both links. And y'all can come if you want. Come as you are. I won't sing.
Johnny
But
Blaze,
if I buy this little
link me.
keyboard that I'm looking at, I'm gonna make all kinds of fucking weird music. Y'all gonna have to sit through. Sharif.
Javon, if you ain't scared these people off by now, you ain't gonna do it.
No, dude, I'm not gonna go into a hate art. There's no need. I'm not.
We're all here for it, Javon. Scotch and things 112.
Send it to Scotch and Things. Send it to Manganas. Hold on, paste. Scotch is gonna roast me, so I'm definitely sending it to him. Send it to Shane.
Oh, Scotch had things to say, so yeah, let's.
And see,
hate
Tuesday nights, usually I see for me to take shit, but since I've opened so many cans of worms, the only rule is I'm going to do like pocket metal. And if you talk over each other, you have to talk and listen to what the other is saying. Edgy. All right. Edgy's got a link. I heard somebody come in. I'm coming to let you in just a second.
I try not to talk over people.
I'm trying to do better. I'm baby stepping. Sharif. What's up, brother?
What's going on, guys?
Sharif.
Living the Drizzy, dude.
Hey, that Egyptian knife, huh?
Dude, I already put my
What's
email
up?
in for the to be notified when it comes in stock.
Ugh, I saw you and I immediately sent it to you.
Yeah, good call on that.
Hey, get the
What's going on,
pitchforks.
buddy?
Dude, doing all right, man. I've been under the weather. I had a sinus infection come back, but
Oh, no.
I'm on the tail end of it, so I'm feeling a lot better.
Look, Sharif.
Good,
Yeah,
dude. Those are terrible. Those feel like shit.
Yeah,
Even
man.
no spray burns.
But dude, Magpul. Ugh.
Don't they make magazines? Isn't that where I know them from?
Yeah.
They make AR. That's their whole thing. They make those polymer mags that are really well.
Yeah,
Yep.
I got a ton of them. I love Magpul stuff. They make magazines, sites.
I wonder who they partnered with for this knife.
Honestly, they probably made it in house. To be 100% honest, because the injection molding fits their brand. It's probably the same polymer that they're using.
Right.
And they do employ some MIM parts, which is metal injection molding,
So what is metal injection molding? Is that
So it is exactly what it sounds like.
for your like liners and for your things like that? Not for your blade, or for your blade too?
So, okay, metal injection molding is like an overarching process. It is exactly what it sounds like. It's powdered steel that's, injection molded, right? And it's used a lot within the pew world, right? Like whenever you need to make a complex part that can be difficult to machine and would add cost to make like a budget pew pew, they'll use MIM parts, right? MIM parts are reviled within the pew pew community. Anybody who wants a pew pew that they will trust doesn't want MIM parts as much as possible.
Do most of your production pew-pews have MIM parts?
Most have.
Yeah.
Like the polymer, like a lot of the polymers or even the budget like 1911s use MIM.
Or your P365.
Yes.
Yeah. I would think things like that are your shield or M&P shields, things like that.
Shields, blocks, you name it, right? Like the locking block within a when you disassemble a Glock, right? That locking lug, that's an MIM part, right? So what's up, Shane?
Hey, Shane.
I want to give my opinion on MIM parts.
Yeah, go for it.
We can no more say that an MIM blade is not as good quality as we can say that Chinese S90V is as good as American. Until somebody gets one in hand and tests it and shows me that it's either not as strong or that they're lying about the edge retention, then we just don't know. Because it's only been a couple of decades ago that we said that powder metallurgy, there's no way powder metallurgy
is going to be as well.
Ingot.
Yeah.
It may very well be the next big thing. I just feel like Blade HQ doing their little infomercials a bit early. If somebody tests it, I'm not going to speak on it until I've seen it tested. Or
how do you feel about it? Like in your pew pew that you just had done, do you have any of those parts?
Absolutely, half the parts on my gun are. And I don't
you can't avoid it.
Yeah, unless you customize it yourself.
I'm also not cutting things with my gun parts.
Right.
They said in their testing that the edge retention was better. They didn't say how much better. All I'm saying is, I don't feel like we can badmouth it until it's out there and it's tested. Now, is that going to be too late after 50,000 people have bought it to find out it's garbage? It's entirely possible. I don't know.
Well,
look at those comments. It doesn't look like 50,000 people are going to rush out to buy it.
Oh, your gun guys.
Well, it will sell.
Oh, the Magpul. So first, the Magpul knife.
Yeah.
Magpul released a knife 6 years ago, and it sold out instantly.
Instantly.
I wanted one, and at that time, 7 years. It was like 7 years. Like I was like, "Ooh, that's a lot of money for a knife." And I tried to get one, and you couldn't. It crashed. Yeah. It crashed Magpul's site.
Yeah, it shut the server down.
This will sell.
That knife will sell.
Glock has sold hundreds of thousands of knives.
Yes.
I have no idea.
Just because there's so many enthusiasts?
Yes.
But I was amazed at.
It'll be the gun community that buys those knives over the guys in the knife community.
Exactly.
I would like to see that be the corridor for gun guys to start buying good knives, though.
I want to buy one because once I saw that it was a MIM blade, I was like, all right, I got to buy this and take it to work because gun guys hate MIM'd parts.
Yep.
So you want to be able to show its resilience cutting straps, as it will?
Dude, they bag on Kimber all day long for MIMing their parts that are like the safety. I mean, it's so gun guys hate MIM parts.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see how a MIM'd blade will do. It's got some goofy lock on it, but fuck, if I can get one, I'm gonna get one and take it to work.
Well, you ought to get one. Have they gone on sale yet? They're in stock.
They're not out yet.
No.
They just announced it at SHOT Show.
March. They're not out till March.
I'll say this, right? Like I think Shane's perspective is the right perspective to have. Wait and see, but also I gotta figure, man, like the whole point of going with like MIM versus like forged or whatever is cost, right? If there was an opportunity to save cost before this time with manufacturing steel, I really feel the industry would have
explored it.
Did you guys say the price? How much is the knife?
What industry, Sharif?
$199, I believe.
Or knife.
$199. That's cheaper. Their last knife they did was like $3 something.
Yeah.
Was it plastic too?
Nobody has a MIM machine that I know of, right? But when you're setting up, let's say, a factory, right, or you're planning on, new models, future development, and in particular, we have plenty of American companies that have a long enough timeline to have explored this as a potential tooling option, right? Like,
yes, Kevin Smith and knives.
I feel that if there was a significant benefit, and maybe there wasn't before now, maybe the procedure, the process hadn't been refined for this purpose, but I feel there's a reason it hadn't been used thus far.
Well, I just know in the gun world, like I know Kimber gets a lot of hate for MIM parts compared to, like, say, Wilson Combat or something,
right?
Or you name it. It could be your AR safety. It could be your AR, whatever part is MIM'd.
Yeah.
I mean, in the Pew world, MIM parts get a lot of hate. That's why, like, a lot of the Filipino 1911s get a lot of hate.
Yeah.
Even though they're perfectly fine guns.
It's funny you mention that, Scotch, right? Because I have a Rock Island Compact 1911. I have a Colt 100th anniversary Defender, and I've got a Springfield TRP operator. All of them shoot consistently and tight groupings and have lasted forever.
My Rock Island 1911, when I got it, it was like 300 some bucks.
Yeah.
And it was as good as any 1911 I've had.
Mm-hmm.
So does that just mean that it's a S35VN MIM version?
We don't know.
They said they found a way to melt. It's a lot like powder steels, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a lot like a powder steel, but whatever. And they said their edge retention came out gangbusters. I'm excited. Hey, if they can find a way to make knives cheaper, I wanted to get one. I thought, well, what can it hold up to? So we'll see.
I'd love to see Scott get one and show us what it holds up to.
Yeah, definitely. That would be sweet.
The only question I have, from what I understand, is even powder metallurgy steels is still forged. It's still rolled.
It is, yeah.
And that rolling is part of what makes it tough. And there clearly is no pressurized compression of that steel.
Like PSM 27 is like a version of D2 that Strider others use it too, but
yeah.
The lock is kind of like a crossbar lock.
It very well could be the next best.
I wanted to come on. That's awesome. Magpul's making a knife, and if they can make it cheaper, and if that blade steel is awesome, and others can adopt it and make great. But god damn it, I listened to enough shilling to want to punch someone in the dick.
That was the biggest problem.
One of all right. I heard someone brought up Shabazz. Everybody brings up Nick Shabazz as this god tier fucking YouTuber that reviews knives, and because he puts up a piece of paper that says the fact the company gave this to me. And Pocket Metal was on with me. We stayed after the chat one night on Javon's live with one of Javon's guests who said he wouldn't look at my knife unless I fucking paid him.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? Nick Spaz can suck a dick. I'm sorry, I say this a lot. The chat.
That's a different deal, though. That's somebody who's trying to take money.
No. Shabazz, Neves, fucking Pocket Metal, or not Pocket Metal, fucking Metal Complex. All those guys are in it for the money.
Agreed.
The money.
Scott, I mostly agree with you on that, but however, the only thing that's changed in my mind is that I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I don't care anymore.
I know that
but people that look to them as if their opinion matters, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're new into the knife community, Shane, what videos are you going to see?
I'm going to say
theirs.
Metal Complex and Neves, and
Yes,
that's what the algorithm is going to
and
put.
they are getting paid to show you knives and push those knives. So as
it's a business.
A beginner in the community, if you didn't know any better, you're going to take their word because you think it means something because they've got billions of views.
Right.
But they've been fucking bought and paid for.
Yeah.
Scotch.
Well, as a beginner, I watched Blade HQ and still only bought knives that appeal to me just watching them operate them.
Yeah,
and
but
got
a lot of people won't. A lot of people are looking for their first or second or their first real knife.
Here's the
And
thing,
they'll
Scotch.
take these guys' opinions, and they don't realize, well, it's just like an infomercial. That's my biggest problem.
I completely agree with you, right? I completely agree with you. And I had that experience too. Like when I first got into like the community, right? I was watching Frankie and Bird, and I didn't realize like how hard those two shill.
Oh my
Especially
God.
like think like 2017, 2018, 2019, Frankie and Bird, right? Like those guys every
Anybody
freaking
that I
week,
see promoting a battle box, I know there's an issue.
they were doing battle boxes, they were talking about the new Blade HQ drops of the week, whatever, right? Here's the thing. I thought they were just really cool, really connected. I put the pieces together, realized that they were shilling, right?
Yeah. And that's what,
I have no problem with it because I understand it's a business. This is a job for these people, right? And it's an income stream. Just tell me. Put a little disclaimer.
That's my biggest thing.
You know?
Be honest.
Yeah.
Be honest that this knife that so-and-so company sent you for free, you're going to give a positive review, and then you're going to say, see this knife? I just said it's awesome. Click on my link so you can buy this knife. I'm going to get a cut of that.
But they don't.
And then I'm going to turn around and sell this knife and make profit after I've been paid for the knife. I was paid for the review. I was paid by YouTube, and now I'm making money by selling the knife.
Not me.
Not you. No, not you, Javon.
You looked up the paid reviews on YouTube and read it out loud.
It's different than a paid promotion.
I get that. That's what you keep saying. It is different than a paid promotion. No knife company is telling Javon what they have to say or what you have to say about their knife.
Right.
I give away the knives that they send me.
That's a whole different level of it. The point of the conversation was.
That's why we give you such a hard time, Javon.
And yes, you should if they give you a free product because that's what the rules say. I haven't taken it either.
You could sell out, but you don't. And you write that order, and I think you feel bad about it, but you give away shit that you fucking paid for. Right. None of those losers. Neves gave away he sold a fucking Shiro that he got for fucking free. He was trying to make $1,000 off that knife. Yeah. All right? Yeah. $1,000.
I know for a fact Javon has given away thousands in knives that he paid for.
I know Javon has.
The thing I don't think Javon was getting
We're not talking about Javon.
Right,
we're not talking about Javon. We're talking about the big
links.
We're talking. There's different tiers. See us here, right here on the screen. I feel like there's tiers. We hang out together, and then there's other groups, and then there's the big guys that have their own viewers, who might find us by luck or by chance. But those guys they get in there because they're in there for the giveaways, and they're in there because they're new.
To get recognized.
He's got 1 million subs. He must know what he's fucking talking about, not realizing he's getting paid.
So I'll say this, right? I have a very different perspective because I'm on the other side of the business, right? And Shane, you never may deal with this, right? Because you're a custom maker. Usually custom makers don't need to court YouTube, you know? But as like a niche, sort of boutique maker, I have to play that game, right?
Ron Crow, he sells a lot. He does give away a lot, but he sells a lot of knives to his Patreon members.
Not to promote your own product.
Precisely, right? So like, but what I'm saying is it gives me a slightly different perspective because I have the background, I have the behind the whatever, the Wizard of Oz, behind the fucking.
The only reason I
Well,
brought
it's
it
a
up,
prohibited category by Google,
Yeah.
so you don't have any other avenues to advertise your products through.
Right.
You don't have the
Wait a minute.
conventional channels.
Wait,
the only reason I got involved in the conversation was because I used to badmouth Bees for what he did, and then finally I realized that's what Bees Blades is. He is a weekly infomercial for budget knives.
Yep.
And if you're not mature enough and smart enough to know that, then I can't help you.
have
None
you?
of us can help you. So
We've
I
all
don't
been
care
around.
what he does.
So
I don't promote it, but I don't care.
Right,
Metal
right.
Complex is an easy one to pick on because I think we've all been around long enough where we all watched him back in the day where it was just knives he bought or knives that his friends would send him.
Right.
And now it's nothing but, oh, look at this, blah, 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 Kung Wu. I don't care. Name the brand. Here's the list of their knives they've sent me. Click on my link. It's awesome. This knife is great. Same with fucking Neves. And I mean, god damn.
Mhm.
And Shabazz, I know Shabazz kind of stepped away to do his own work thing, but he still he was the first one when I talked to that dude, Javon, on your thing. I guessed Complex, and he said no. He talks funny. I said, "Oh, Shabazz," and he goes, "Yeah." And he told me not to say anything, but I'm tired of it.
Which guy? I'm trying to think who it was because I wouldn't say anything. I'm just curious.
You guys all like what's his name, Mister Design?
Oh yeah.
So right, he's kind of
Miha.
He's a lot like Sharif, right?
He's had to deal with a lot of them.
You design the knife, and so company makes it for you, but then you ask someone like Shabazz, "Hey man, here's my knife. Take a look at it," and he says, "It's going to cost you this much for me to look at that knife."
Yeah,
right.
Shabazz does not fucking tell you that.
No, that's true. That's true. That's a totally
different.
different.
So say I design a knife. Here's my sweet butter knife. Look at this. I made this wrench. It turns into a knife. Shabazz, will you look at it for me? It's going to cost you $100, but I don't know what the price is, but it's going to cost you so much.
So I'll tell you this, okay? Right, just from my behind the curtain knowledge, okay? Metal Complex never asked for any quid pro quo from me. He only asked me to send him the knife. I sent him the knife expecting never to get it back. Some people have told me they get their knife back within 3-4 months. I already had tabulated it as a business expense, right? I sent a knife over to Gear Patrol, which is a blog that they do a lot of news coverage for gear, whatever, right? Again, same sort of deal. Sent them the knife, didn't expect it back. Neves is kind of the same deal, but Neves wants to have exclusive first dibs over everybody.
That's why he wouldn't look at Donnie's knife.
Right. If he can't be the first,
Neves.
Right.
Fuck him.
Why is that, do you think, Sharif?
No. You had a chance. Sorry, I'm gonna go on a fucking rant.
Real quick, before you do, the one person I know categorically demands money, right, is Minimalist.
Who?
Everyday Minimalist. He's the Asian guy who speaks with a really breathy voice.
Yeah.
He's buddy Taylor, Martin, Ricky, and them. Shit, man. I even sent the knife to Ricky for him to check out. He never asked for anything back in return.
Dang, Donnie.
But he did take way too fucking long to talk about it. Like, he literally talked about or posted about it like almost 2 months after the end of the pre-order, right? So the only one I categorically know that really will tell you he will not touch your shit, won't do a review of your stuff, is Everyday Minimalist. And that guy is a really hyper uninformed douchebag shill for Benchmade, man.
Wait, is that the guy? Everyday Minimalist. Is that the dude out in the Pacific? He's in your, like, he's out.
Got a real nice studio. He used to do Friday Night Live.
No, I think that's the guy. He pissed me off a year ago. I was doing payroll, I had YouTube playing. That's the guy I think that went to Blade Show West, got in early, bought 2 knives, hype knives that they're very hard to get, and then bragged about it because he used his media credentials to buy it before everybody else.
Probably.
And then sold
that
them.
sounds like something
He hangs out with Ron Kwok,
He's the
right?
same guy that Ian Coach slobbers thinking about his small Asian people.
Yes, that's the guy. I think I made a video about him a year or two ago. I was just sitting there. I just remember doing payroll. I had my back to the TV. I just had YouTube going, and like a Blade Show West or maybe Texas video came on, and he got in early before anybody else who paid for a fucking ticket. And then he went. I think he bought a Koenig Arius or Mini or something, and then a Zon.
Yeah.
And then bragged about it. I was like, and that hurt me. I was like, fuck you, man. Those guys there's people waiting in line. They camp out to buy these knives, and you just took one of those off the board.
Even Transparent Knives spoke out about it.
Yeah.
He flipped out and then couldn't buy shit because he found out that all the
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I know it happens at all the shows. Vendors do it with each other, right? They'll do. I mean, even the vendors. That's why Oz. You got to give respect to Dan Osborne.
He got the
hasn't
hell out
went
of
back to
there.
a Blade Show since, and he created his own show.
He got the fuck out, disgusted. And
He created his own show, and that's
right?
what gave Donnie and me. I mean, Donnie. I want to help Donnie get his own show going in the Midwest because Oz was so disgusted at his first Blade show, where dealers, knife center, blah blah, and they got in line early because they could, bought the knives, and then were flipping them for $2,000 on their website.
Yeah.
That's why I don't buy.
Javon.
So props to Oz. Think what you will. I mean, I don't have a Rosie now, but he needs to make more than. I think he's coming out with a fixed blade now that just looks like the other 2 fucking knives, but at least
here's the thing that you guys may not see from like the maker side, like creator side. Javon, if you could share my screen real quick.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, in my opinion, are kind of bullshit, right? This is a website called Social Blade. Javon's seen it before. Anybody who's done YouTube knows about it, right? Mm-hmm. And basically what this does is it gives you an estimate of earnings just based purely on their YouTube performance. Now, this is not 100% accurate, but it gives you a very good reference point. A lot of people may make more, they may make less, but it gives you a good middle ground, you know? So what's really funny is these guys, like if you look at Everyday Minimalist, he has 576,000 followers, right, which in this space is pretty damn massive. It should be. He is a go-to guy to have your stuff reviewed by, right? But if you actually look at his views relative to his numbers are actually really fucking low.
Yep.
Right? Hence why his estimated yearly earnings are only like $32K, right? When you go to somebody like Metal Complex, however, right, it's a completely different story. He's got almost 700K followers. His views are in 6-figure numbers, right? And if you look at his engagement in terms of like his ad revenue, he could be earning up to 213K in ads.
And that's just AdSense. That's not his Patreon. Right. That's not his members.
Precise.
That's not the free shit. That's not what he's getting paid for by so-and-so company.
Nothing else.
That's
this is just pure YouTube, right?
So, hey, and good for him. If he's
close to that low number in most cases.
Here's the thing. The important part is not the money. The important part is the bullshit that these guys try to sell you of their importance and their impact on sales. Okay? I can tell you categorically, a single fucking review from Metal Complex sold 40 of my Aurelias. I can show you the numbers, and I can show you how it correlates with the release of his review and the sales in my Shopify store. Okay. I can't show you that for that many other reviewers, right? So while I may disagree with like how people do things, I will at least continue to work with the people who can actually make tangible impacts on that business.
That
So,
makes sense.
so back on that, I don't want to like. Let's talk about Donnie and Heater.
Yeah.
I told Donnie I wouldn't. I mean, fuck it. I made a video a while ago, and now the cat's out of the bag. And Donnie's big enough now to say fuck Neve. So Donnie was one of those that gave. He reached out to Neves, and like because you said it, Sharif, where if Neves can't get it first, he says fuck off.
Yep.
And Neves said, "Who's seen this knife?" And Donnie was like, "Well, are there any other videos?" And he's like, "Well, you know," said Stevie has done one, and Donnie was like, or not Donnie, but Neves was like, "No, I'm not first. Whatever, pound sand."
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I screamed from the rooftops about Donnie, because that knife it's fucking perfect.
Mm-hmm.
If you've touched one of his knives, I sit there and stare at it. I stare at both sides and look at the grind, and I'm like, how the fuck is that by hand? How is, and for someone like Neves to not want to represent someone like Donnie, it says a ton. And the same thing, like Heater's been around forever, right? And Todd said, "Hey man, thank you. You know, I think Donnie's books are filled up, and I think like Heater, he's turning people down now. It's only because I love and you have to know me to know. All right, you can't come watch something on my channel and think, oh, all right, Steve's just playing. I do a lot of show and tell, but I mean, right now it's Donnie and Heater, and I love my Striders, but come on, it's, and because I use them, and Donnie, you don't have to say thank you. Your knife fucking works. I've cut with it. I've dropped it on the ground from 4 feet on concrete and thought, oh shit. It's a great fucking knife, and everybody, you offer a lot of, like my buddy didn't like the size of my Ripley, but he's like jonesing to like get on Donnie's books, and we're supposed to go. He's already decided. All right, fine. He's made the newt. He thought he wanted the paper, and now he wants a newt. But there's quality, and there's all right. Someone's paying me to look at this, or it's because I really believe in it. I don't want anybody to go spend $1,000 on, say, Heater or Donnie's knife. Right? I'm just showing you what I like. If you don't have the money, don't buy one. Don't go buy one.
But that's the thing, for me, the whole issue, or not the whole issue, the thing that annoys me personally is the self-importance some of the reviewers develop. It's one of the things that I actually kind of hated about Shabazz, right? Like
they almost feel like they kind of treat themselves like, they treat themselves like kind of royalty, right? Or
we got a taste of that at Blake Show for sure.
No, but
and then I want to go.
I know what I'm talking about.
I want to go to Blade so bad, only to meet people. That's it.
It's the same in the food game, though, right? All of the reviewers, like if you're a New York Times food reviewer, right? You're supposed to have this god tier taste on food, right? or if you're a reviewer for whatever major national magazine, everybody's like, oh, this reviewer can make or break your fucking restaurant, right?
Electric bikes, electric skateboards,
Yeah.
electronics.
Yeah, it's
the
just
same
how big of
shit.
a following you have, right?
Right.
Because you push that whatever forward. I get it. Everybody
Yeah.
gets
Everybody is full of bullshit. The
You
thing,
also happens when you
everybody
sharpen-
is.
when
And
you
that's when you
sharpen
have
the
to
knife
look at
before you
like
fix the handles.
that's why you would and look, I'm a nobody. I do this for fucking fun.
There's
But if I were
somebody
to
wife, I would
say
include
if
this
I were to
chicken
say, hey, I love this knife, go to heater.com and use my code and you get 10% off, you should have a fucking issue. Or if I say, hey, Donnie Bless, that knife is fucking awesome. But if you use my code, you can get 10% off. There's an issue, right? You have to be smart enough as a consumer to see when you're getting fucking lied to or BS'd at.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't feel like I know how you feel about both of those knives, so I don't think you're lying to me. So I wouldn't care to use your link and you get
Yes, but I'm just saying if fucking it could be Demco, it could be Strider.
We've all gotten scorned by it because it's every knife they show.
Like,
every
and I'm
knife
not
they
gonna
show
lie.
is the biggest new thing. It's the best knife ever. And
Yep.
it's taken
I'm
a
not
couple
gonna-
of years
I'm
for
not
us to
gonna
realize
lie.
these guys are full of shit.
I'm not gonna lie that like having a personal relationship with Donnie and Todd have helped. It is so awesome to talk to the maker. I get a text from Donnie. Todd calls me on the fucking phone. And it's like, he's like, hey man, don't be a stranger. And we're talking. So I'm not going to lie, that doesn't judge or skew my view. This knife is not for everybody, but it's for me. And if you watch my channel, you should know it's for me. And I'm just playing show and tell and saying, if you want a big knife, if you want a big crazy knife made out of 3V, hey, then maybe you should look at it.
Yeah.
That's
you got me wanting one.
Yeah.
And if you had a link, I'd use it, and I wouldn't care.
I called Todd. I said, dude, I said, it was during the holidays. I'm like, he was like, don't be a stranger. I'm like, I'm gonna call you. I said, I got a funny fucking story. All right. So Shane, his whole Benchmade debacle, and was it Lowe's parking lot or Home Depot?
Oh, that was a Hogue, and it was in the Publix parking lot.
It was I thought it was a fucking Benchmade in a Publix. Anyway, I
hit the guy in the forehead.
Yeah.
No, that was a Hogue.
Yeah. So after you did one, and as soon as it wasn't this one, thank God.
Yeah. I'd have killed him trying to get him with that.
It was the other one, and this was so embarrassing. So after you said that, so this one's got a big pointy one. My other heater is upstairs. It's rounded, but he's got these notches in it. So as soon as Shane told me, I'm sitting downstairs watching TV, no hat on, and I didn't take this one, but the other one, and lightly I just went bink, and I'm like, fuck, I'm bleeding.
Well, he did too. I don't know if you heard the second part of the story, but the next day I was talking to Kyle. No, later that day I was talking to Kyle on the phone. I'd stopped and got lunch, and I realized that there was something on the butt of my knife, and I was it had dented it. And I was picking at it, and a piece of that dude's skin fell into my food.
So, I mean, as soon as you told me that, I just took my knife because I had it in my hand. I'm downstairs watching TV, and I just went, I went lightly, but it had he calls them kill notches, but it works. It's like a serrated whatever. And lightly, I just went, dink. I'm like, God damn, that hurt. I'm like, fuck, I'm bleeding. How am I going to explain that?
I started to expose.
I told Todd, and he was laughing his ass off, man.
I started to expose those on your fixed blade I made you. If you notice, there's a couple of jimps down there.
It's in my camper now.
Instead, I contoured the handles around it.
That's what's funny. Like and I'm not saying like I'm so special. Look, dude, guys, I do this for fun. I just play adult show and tell. That's what it is. I buy something and I just want to show it to you guys. And don't buy it because I like it. Buy it because you like it. I'm not getting nothing off of it. But like if there's something I truly believe in, like Strider, Chris Reeve, you know, and you got to be pretty crazy to.
And a steel. Mm-hmm.
You and I talk about it offline enough. Me, you, and Justin talk about it. And he's asked me a few times. He's like, I don't even understand how you can be friends with these people. My thing is, as long as I know, like, I know Brian. I like Brian. I know what Brian's channel's about, so I don't care. But it's when you try to put up this facade that you are something other than what you are. That's when it pisses me off.
Like if I started talking about me being a cryptocurrency expert.
You could be a crypto. That's like me showing. It could be. I could
well,
show.
I was just getting ready to talk about, and I was going to share with you guys. I'm getting ready to launch my first meme coin. It's got a market cap right now at $38,000. When it gets up to 250, I'm going to release it, and it'll at least be on the market for 24 hours before I pull the rug.
Paul Mills, you can't go wrong with. I mean, because Strider's not paying me. Pound for pound, for me, there's nothing better than a Strider. And I told that, I love Todd. I getting to know Todd Heater and getting to know their knives are fucking awesome. But if it was the end of the world, I'm just gonna grab a Strider SMF. I'll grab theirs too because I got a backpack and shit, you know.
Yeah.
But pound for pound for me, it's one knife. It's a Strider SMF.
Well, I will have to own one eventually, just because the Strider SMF is the knife that lit my passion.
I love the S&G
for custom knives.
The S&G is awesome for EDC. The SMF is awesome for, hey, let's go pry something. Let's go let's go do some dumb shit. Right?
That's what my EF225's for.
And because the SMF is, the SMF is relatively an easy size knife to carry. It's not giant like a Heater or a Medford or whatever.
Well, Scotch, let's be real. That's fairly relative, bro.
You carry big knives.
Scotch.
I think the PT's perfect size.
An SNG is going to be the max they carry, dude.
The SMF for me at work.
I carried my DOC, and
it's fucking huge, dude.
Donnie, I'm not going to buy a pry bar because I don't want extra shit in my fucking pockets when I can use my knife. I love you, but I can take this knife and use it as a pry bar, and it works. Yeah. I've pried some dumb shit, and I have not broken a blade yet. It's going to happen someday.
John Willis breaks Striders all the time.
Dude, yeah, because he gets them for fucking free, so fuck him.
Yeah, he's carrying a DOC right now with the tip broken off of it.
I've got a DOC. It kills me, Shane. I want to send you this DOC only because I got this from Satu.
Does that have a flipper on it?
Because it's Microtech. This was a Microtech Strider collab.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I actually owned that knife already.
I know you have, and you sold your fake one in.
Yeah.
You sent your fake one in.
I've never seen that one.
There's a reason why I don't.
Exactly, Donnie. That's why I like thick blades, because I know I can do dumb shit with them. I'm not gonna pry with my Ripley because I know it's not meant for that. It's meant for cutting.
To also Strider's credit, it's not just the thick ass blades that they use. Their pivots are like 0.3 of an inch.
Yeah, and the ergonomics are great.
Yeah.
What's that, Maddie?
I just use this bad boy for everything.
Is that a one?
Maddie, are you gonna meet? What are you doing Saturday, Maddie?
I think we're actually gonna be in Tucson. We're going off-roading down there.
All right, so you're gonna drive to Tucson and then get on the back of Dave's bike and ride up to Phoenix. Then. Come on, you don't want to hang out with me and Dave on Saturday?
That'd be fun, but family comes first.
I would tell them you're sick.
That would be a hell of a get together, though, man.
Funny.
Scotch and freaking Satu.
Like start Thursday. Just they're going. And by Friday you're just out, and then Saturday they're gone, and you just meet us.
Just sprightly all of a sudden.
Yes. Well, they'll be gone. You're good.
It would be fun. I would like to meet you guys. Well, I've met Dave before. Dave's an awesome dude.
We're really tempted.
Broke ass Knives Tucson looking for poor quality.
So my
meth.
other buddies, they all want to go to Barrett Jackson, and I kind of want to go. Like I am into cars. I love.
What
cars.
is that? Y'all have said it 100 times, and I've never asked. What is
Barrett
Barrett
Jackson? It's like the greatest car auction in the world. But Dave was like,
I won the lottery. First place I'm going is Barrett Jackson.
Yeah, Dave was like,
dropping a mill right off the bat.
Dave was like, I'm gonna bring my video equipment. I want to do a video, and I'm like, you have video equipment? What the fuck? I have I mean, my tripod is literally broken and an iPhone. You have equipment? He's like, yeah, I'd like to do a video with you and Kev. And I'm like, oh, they are set on going to, because two of the guys last year went to Barrett. I would like to go. I want to go. But if Dave doesn't want, we're just going to hang out. And I don't know what to do with Dave all day. I'm like, fuck. He's like, yeah, I think I'll be there about 10. I'm like, fuck, I think we land at like 10.
You should go visit.
Dave is spending the night in their hotel. I'm like, I only
Go visit Medford
until noon. So,
Can't you go to Medford? Isn't Medford around there?
He is, yeah.
I want to hear something that will shock you.
But he's not open on Saturdays.
From you, absolutely.
Dave knows them
This is
though.
going to blow y'all's mind. Sawtooth Dave makes mistakes.
Don't even.
I want to tell him that. He's not
Sawtooth
gonna
Dave
do
is
that.
actually.
Someone screenshot this. This capture.
Can you
Let me
see
make
this
you big.
grind?
Hold on. Let me make you big.
Now, this is not a knock on Sawtooth Dave, because I think it's pretty cool because it's the only recurve thug.
Ah.
He blew out the middle. He ground it too thin.
Hey, you want me to tell you a trick?
So
secret?
Shane, I
I'm
talked
going
to
to have
on
Kyle
the-
sharpen it and sell it as a recurve. If nobody buys it, I'm going to keep it.
Shane, I'll take it.
Shane.
Yeah.
So I talked to Dave on Sunday,
Yeah.
and we were talking, trying to figure out. He's like, Jesus Christ, man. Because whenever we talk, we just talk about everything. He's like, Jesus Christ, man, those knives Shane sent me, he goes, they're not for me, but god damn, they are thin and slicey.
They are.
Dude, he was like,
My point is seeing that, even Dave makes mistakes. That makes me feel much better.
yeah, and he was just like, man, that's not me. I mean, he was like, what I'm like, dude, you gotta do you, man.
Yeah.
Scotch, you can confirm this. I'm almost 100% sure, but none of the Striders use lock bar inserts, right?
No.
Okay.
External.
Did you with stone steel?
Paul Mills
Or did
said,
they just start carbonizing them?
I don't even.
They don't even carbonize them.
Yeah.
I thought they did something
actually,
recently to fix the
They don't
locks.
even carbonize them because Mick believes Mick's theory, like this knife doesn't have it, but lock stick is a feature, right? Mick thinks you're going to use this knife to kill somebody.
Right.
And he doesn't want it to pull.
To cut open MREs, to pry open crates, and to kill motherfuckers.
Exactly. Yeah. And he doesn't want this knife to open. And the lock stick, and Facebook is.
Mine doesn't have any stick.
You guys think YouTube sucks? The Facebook world is every once in a while, some dumbass in Everyday Blades or whatever will post something, and it's always. They'll talk about Mick and blah 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 and his stolen valor, and I'm a huge hey, stolen valor sucks, but when people say that and active duty military cops, retired guys come out and we're like, that's not how it happened, and I still trust this knife to my life. That's why I must. I'm a Strider fan because this knife right here, the SMF to me, I love the SNG, but the SMF to me, I've tried a lot of dumb shit. I've cut a lot of dumb shit, and it fits for me. For me, ergonomically.
If I was still 20 years old,
You're like Brant
got
growing
the
up,
news
aren't
that I
you?
was headed to the Middle East, I would buy an SMF or a DOC before I went. That's the knife if I had to have a folding knife, that's the knife I'd take to battle.
Or if you listen to the guys, and Shannon and I talked about this, if you listen to the pipe hitters of the world, right? A lot of the military guys, everybody, right? It's Benchmade or CRK because they get what they can get from the PX,
right?
Or what's issued to them. But if you're in the shit, if you might be putting your life on the line over the guy that's in the motor pool, you're going to be either issued or offered the opportunity to get this knife. And Strider doesn't talk about it, but they donate a fuck ton of knives to the military.
Yeah.
And they don't talk, that's the thing. They don't brag about it. They just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear about it only through certain like I've been lucky enough to buy and sell and get pretty like entrenched in the Strider community.
You're kind of like a grown-up Brant, just with a different brand.
But it's not even. It's weird. It's not even like that. If you were in the Strider Facebook group compared to the Hinder Facebook book group, these guys, when someone's dog is hurt, they donate money. When someone's family is, they don't even ask, hey, how's your insurance? They just fucking dump money into a fund to help
causes.
So it is like a family, and but also it's it can be very toxic. So new guys come in. It like anything, they do something stupid and they get bashed. But I've never seen in the knife community, I've never seen a more like not welcoming but
giving
helpful group compared to other groups.
You've evidently not been on Tri-State's channel.
Well, do you have it? But I'm in like I'm in all of them, but I've never been like any group where like something happens and they're like, and chats pop up and these guys just give money to help someone's dog or their I mean, it's crazy. So.
Well, don't let Monster Racing find out about that.
That's awesome.
Sure.
Just as a PSA, I don't know how many people are in here, but I want not dragging up negative shit again, but I am spending time at the hospital right now, and it is too cold to be in the shop. So my work has slowed down tremendously, but it's supposed to be in the high 40s Saturday, so I hope we get a bunch knocked out by then. But if you're waiting on me, I apologize, but
Mick does nothing but he just wants to make knives, and he doesn't do anything but just want to make knives.
I loved how people were wondering why he stopped his collab with ProTech and all this.
I can't wait. I
think he probably is trying to raise the exclusivity of owning a shop.
It's either they're going to start doing their own. They're just tired of it because
go to bed.
Here's with Strider.
You do, Maddie?
Me too.
Maddie,
it's midnight.
You're
We're about to get out of here
on Saturday, right?
If
I can be in two places at once.
I was going to show you guys, but I won't show it now. There's another case of stolen. There's another case of stolen valor.
So,
steel toe.
What people don't realize about Strider is Mick Strider just does customs now.
Later, dudes.
It's Josh Lee. What'd you do with Shane?
He was.
We're about to jump out of here. It's after 1.
I wanted to ask Shane about some cancer stuff, but anyway. Mick wants he just does customs, and he's bringing his son in, and that's all he does.
It's the same with Emerson right now too. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, those guys have built their empires already. They don't need to justify shit to anybody.
They don't. And when you literally have like the entire like special force community behind you, behind the haters, when people who are going to do bad things to other people and they have a choice, you know, it's Emerson, it's Strider, right? It's there's brands they look to that they're going to carry.
The thing that what drives me nuts about like the American knife market more than anything is that they're expected to be the same as Chinese knives, and they're not. They're a completely different fucking animal. You know, you don't get a Harsey because what you really wanted was like a $500 Chinese knife, and you just decided to go American. You don't get a Strider, you know, because you wanted, you know, it to be a Chinese knife. You don't get an Emerson.
It's yeah. So Sharif, you've had some Striders now, and you want that, and it's hard because you have Chinese made knives made, but they're they're perfect, right? They're pretty much fucking perfect.
But here's the thing. They're a different thing.
They are a different thing. I get a Strider knowing I might. People always, whenever you sell a Strider, they're like, I've heard about Lock Rock and Lock.
Dude, I have not had an American knife, period. Doesn't matter if it's Benchmade, Spyderco, Spartan, Emerson, Strider, Hinderer, that hasn't come with lock stick, right? And guess what? I don't give a shit. Everybody makes a big deal about it. Guess what, dude? My fucking Strider broken beautifully.
That's what they don't get. It's smooth. It's gonna have some stick. Give it a week, and it's gonna be beautiful.
Super duper smooth, right? Yeah.
But
my fucking CQC, you know, this thing is practically
because no one is saying the Chinese make shit knives. They do, right? They do the whole spectrum. But say when you get into the real whatever, right? They've got a dial. They know they have to hit, say, Grimsmo spec, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have to be that level.
Exceptional.
Yeah. So no one's saying a CNC. I mean, they have to be that perfect.
Yeah.
People buy a Strider for
But here's the thing, Scotch. There's an easier way of putting this, right? You have like Dawson Precision 1911s, which are freaking amazing, but if you get a grain of sand in them, they don't fucking work. Then you go to something that's a little bit more affordable with slightly looser tolerances, and guess what? That shit works anywhere all the time in every environment. Right?
Yeah.
So there's reasons for doing things certain ways in certain applications, right? So you can't hold something that's designed to be a fucking hard use tool to the delicate like EDC standards of something Chinese. It's not the fucking same.
But no one is saying like, I don't think at this point no one is saying the Chinese make bad knives.
No.
I think the kickback has gotten to be where these bigger YouTubers only push Chinese knives only because that's who's paying them.
I like Indian knives. Kyle just said it. Like, I love the. God damn it! I can't think of it. Your Tanto.
The kimono.
The kimono. I love the design. I love how the Aurelia looks. But I've made a hard, fast. Like, I want to touch them.
Scotch, what if I sent you one? What if I sent you a kimono?
it would kill me. I would look. I
Hey,
just bought
put it to you
Chinese.
like this, Scotch. It's still one of the only Chinese knives that freaking Dave hasn't gotten rid of yet. He
I
may
know.
still.
I know. I only do it. God, this kills me. It's
There's only one reason
where
you
I
wouldn't
can
take it.
control my money.
Nannerpuss.
Javon and you and your friend, no one is saying those knives aren't awesome. Dave has told me they're awesome. And being a stubborn, it's like, all right, if I can spend this money on American boots, I only buy American knives now. I just bought a Chinese guitar and I feel so guilty.
Sell it
Because
to
the
me. You talking
American
about that Dave
version
Grohl?
costs $20,000, you know.
Yeah. Here's the thing, dude. I what's funny is I get it, right? All of my boots are made in America. I like to get my jeans preferably made in America if I can. The majority of the knives in my collection, believe it or not, are made in America. Right?
It kills me. $5 was like, it's on sale. It's on sale. And I was I love the look of the Kaimano.
Hi,
I
Todd.
love that tattoo. And that hurts me. But you got at the same
Gotcha.
time, like where all these other guys like have sold their souls to the devil. I feel like I've went the other way where it's I can only buy an American knife or it's nothing.
All right. Tell you what, DM me your address.
I will give you an honest. I want to. I know the not the Kaimano, the Aurelia is a lot like a Chris Reeve.
Not intentionally, but
not intentionally, but right.
Yeah.
Spec wise,
yeah,
it's so this is my work Chris Reeve.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Here's the thing. This is my work dedicated Chris. The tip is gone. But I also respect it knowing, right, it's not going to do what, like, I won't pry. I tried 2 or 3 years ago. I tried to pry with a Chris Reeve on some crates that I'd done with Hinderer and
Excuse me,
Strider.
I hiccuped.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized it's the right knife for the right job.
Right. Totally.
So, and it wasn't a Hinder 18, it was a Hinder XM24 and a Strider SMF. They're thicker blades.
Mm-hmm.
The Chris Reeve is this thick, and I started prying on that crate, and the blade started doing this.
Yeah.
And I stopped because I realized, all right, I'm gonna fuck this knife up. I don't want to fuck a knife up, but I know I can take an SMF because it's a lot. It's thicker. I
like 1/8 inch.
Yeah. I'm not doing like that Miller Brothers blade. Oh God, I had a guy. He earlier today hit me up and he's like, "How do you like your heater pocket clip?" I'm like, I fucking love it, man. Both of them. I've got the slim clip. It just drops in. It's perfect. And he goes, "Well, on my clone, it's giving me some issues." And I'm like, oh, dude, hey, I can't support clones. I just can't. But
what did he want you to do?
I have no fucking clue. Honestly, I have because he asked me about the clip. I answered him, and he was like, "Well, my clone." Well, that's the problem, right? You bought a clone. Something's not working. Because if you bought an original, he'd fix it. If you bought a Chris Reeve, they'd fix it. If you bought a Strider, they'd fix it.
Yep.
You could have told him just to set it in and they'd fix it.
Yeah, he'd fix it with a blowtorch. Here's one thing though. There's lots of Chinese. Honestly, there's no Chinese knives. They all look the same.
Yep.
But I love the Camino, and I love. I mean, you're different enough that you're killing me, Sharif.
I'll tell you though, man. Like the thing for me is okay. People, I feel a lot of the people who get into doing this don't understand kind of the way things are, right? And the reality is that, like, right now, I have to deal with the devil, so to speak, in order to get to the goals that I want to get to, right?
You have no choice.
Right. To be able to, so right now, there's maybe only 2 potential factories in the entirety of the US that can deliver like a turnkey ready knife, right?
Wouldn't you? Shane and I have talked about this dozens of times.
Yeah.
I've got one of their knives showing up this week, but ZT wouldn't. God,
I have
don't you wish? Don't you wish? Don't you wish you could just stick something into? I mean, because one, they don't make bad knives, right? They don't make bad knives. What if they were to do some OEM stuff?
I would, dude, if ZT offered OEM capability tomorrow, I would literally fly to their fucking door to be first in line to sign.
Do you think anybody's ever asked them though?
I have. I fucking DM'd them about potentially doing OEM work. I got crickets, dude.
Really?
I'm gonna try and see if I can go through their like corporate page and find some emails, because that's my dream scenario, dude. Because they're doing shit all with their fucking capabilities right now. You know?
I just bought it should be in maybe I just bought another 308.
Dude, I want to get a 308 because they discontinued them.
So I've done nothing but I love ZT got me into high-end knives.
Yep.
Like everybody, pretty much.
Yeah.
But we go through their flow, right? But the 308 is the last big knife they've really made.
The last true ZT.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I've had one and I sold it, but then I heard they were Jesus Christ, USA Made Blade is giving them away for $250.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm debating if I should get 1 or 2, honestly.
How much is one of your knives from? How much is the Camano or the Aurelia?
The Kaimano is $250 for the micarta, and the Aurelia is $280 in Magna Cut.
That's what
you know why those are priced that way, by the way? Is because I come from the world where you could get a fucking quality ZT for $280, right? You could go and fucking buy a Riot for under $300.
Yeah.
And I don't want to name names, but now there's these fucking douchebag boutique brands that are asking you to spend $345 for a goddamn liner lock in M390. And I can tell you I know their prices. They're not paying more than $100 a unit for that thing. So they're literally price gouging the shit out of their fucking customers.
Yeah, that's
and I'm not down for
that. Would be okay. Like when I got into knives, it was like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I still remember my first, and probably only because I heard it from other channels I watched. Because look, I'm not good at this. The first Chavez I bought, and I looked at it for months, only because not because it was a Chinese knife, because of the pocket clip. But it just drew me in, and I still remember looking at that. Oh, God, I love that knife. It was the Redemption Street.
Yeah.
The micarta inlay. Fuck, I love that knife. And I still remember talking in my unboxing that I had to mention it was made in China. Only because I didn't know anything, or that's what everybody else was saying. Like, oh, it has to be Riyadh, and they're the best. And
Yeah.
no one is saying that they don't make good knives. I just think people are starting to kick back now on, well, what's it actually cost, or what is this person selling me?
Yeah.
I think,
dude, you want to hear something crazy?
Might be hurting them more than helping them.
Dude, you want to know what's fucking crazy? You want to know what the price difference for the steel is between S90V and MagnaCut? You want to know what the price delta is? It's fucking dollar per unit. It's $1. That's it.
Yes.
And that's from Riyadh, bro. That's not from, Kubi or somebody, like lower tier, so to speak, right? I'm talking fucking Riyadh. It's $1, and I guarantee you that's at least like a $50 upcharge, depending on the brand.
Yeah.
And I think, like, here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a good businessman. If I was a good businessman, I would seriously be pushing for 1,000% fucking, profit margins, because guess what? That's what real brands do. That's why you can go to the fucking clothing stores, the Nordstroms, the fucking Sears, the Walmarts, and find a shirt that's like marked down 80% because they're still fucking in the black because they have 1,000% upcharge.
So you and I should hang out business wise, because business wise, I won't take any shit and I won't lose money. Like I'll lose. I mean, I'll go border close just to pay, like, just to keep the guys busy in the winter. It's like, because I'm paying you to sit at home, or I can pay you to do this bullshit work. But I'm like, and that's why I can look at the American knife companies and I'm like, all right, look at payroll, look at workers' compensation, like all the insurances they have to pay, and I see what I have to pay and think of what would that cost for Chris Reeve or Hinder, or I mean,
bro, by that measure, Chris Reeves is a fucking phenomenal deal, right? Because
if you look at what they're having to
at 400, what is it, 450 now?
Dude, it doesn't matter. At 650, it's a fucking steal.
Yeah.
Right? Like, no, straight up. They could give you plain tie and MagnaCut for 650, and it would still be a deal, right? Because they have to employ American workers. They have to have workman's comp. They have to meet OSHA standards, right? They have to have all these considerations that overseas factories don't have to have, and they don't have to comply with, like, national regulatory kind of controls over, like, fucking waste and emissions and all of this shit, right? Like we do here. So the fact that you can buy a fucking Chris Reeves, fucking Sabenza for $500, you should be saying thank you. Like, realistically, they could charge $1,000 for that fucking knife. Like,
that's why I love, because you're a fan, but you're also in the game.
Yeah.
And that's what people need to hear, because that's what it killed me. I feel like a hypocrite. It's only like American made knives.
You're not a hypocrite. You vote with your dollars.
But I wasn't always that way. But as I looked into it, and you see you're like, oh, God damn. We'll just say Kevin, for shits and giggles, or anybody that says their Chinese knife,
if it's worth it to you, as consumer,
you have to decide what it's worth to you. But when you
I'm not
hear
worried
it-
about profit.
But
I
I've
think
never heard
profit's a good
Sharif say
thing.
that. When you hear
If I can get 1,000%
no,
to
when you
deliver
hear
a valued
Kevin,
knife, I'm happy.
when you hear Kevin, when you hear Jack Wolf Knives, when you hear these other guys saying, well, my knife's not expensive because this and this and this, and you're like, really? Let's Google what.
Yeah, but
Oh,
to me, it's worth it. Like I say, I don't have a lot of Jack Wolves, but I've got
To
one in my
you.
pocket now.
to you,
To me, right, and that's what
To
I'm
you.
saying. They only make enough for the people it's worth for. So I don't fault somebody for making a lot of money. I think that's the
No.
American dream. I don't care if you're making it on knives, if you're making it on clothes, or if you're making it on putting up houses. Whatever you can make. I know when we built houses, we wanted a lot more than the 30% that we would rarely get. You know, so there's nothing. I don't think profit's a bad thing. I think if you're getting and you know what you're getting,
But it's also like, don't give me the woes me rolling it.
that's the Jack Wolf meme. I don't have the actual one.
No, I'll say this, right? Okay. A lot of people give Jack Wolf a lot of shit. I feel a lot of it's deserved. Don't get me wrong, right? Ben's an interesting character. Having said that, right?
You can't,
Hold on. I think a lot of people don't understand the depth of which Ben has to spend in order to get to his position, right?
His marketing and his
Right. This
merchandising.
is the thing. Ben is a marketer. Ben is not a knife maker. Ben is not an artist. Ben is not a designer. Ben is also not a businessman. Ben is a marketing guy first and foremost. So
because really, he's not taking new. He's just recycling other.
Right. But now here's the thing. What a lot of people don't understand is Ben has to, a percentage of what he makes actually goes to the people who have to design his knives for him, right? Factories don't do that shit for you for free. They will actually charge you a service charge for that, right? Ben is also using a shipping fulfillment center. Those guys take a percentage, right? Ben does not do his own artwork for the labels. He commissions an artist to do all of that.
And that's a very big expense.
And he also, when he gets the stuff, he packages it stateside, right? So now he's also paying somebody here to do all of that. So Ben is not making as much money as everybody thinks he is. Is his stuff overpriced for what it is? 100%, right?
But it also,
I don't think he's running away with money back like everybody thinks he is.
No, I don't think anybody in the knife
if,
game
if,
is running.
if he didn't come off as such a douchebag,
that's the real issue.
I mean, right?
That's the real issue, right?
That's. I mean,
but he's
like
he's defensive.
I just meant like, hey, man.
I think that's the real issue for most people, right? Is that like nobody would care because there's so many other brands that are doing shit like that. Perfect example, okay? James brand.
Oh God, yeah.
Right?
This
is James brand, right?
That's Fixie.
No, this is a slip joint and a really shitty made one at that, right?
They just gave themselves such a bad name after the Barnes.
Yeah. But now here's the thing, right? This thing, I got it at the 70% off sale, but I know this was like close to $200 or something like that when they sold it new. Okay. This thing is QSP made for sure. It feels like a QSP made traditional or slip joint, right? And it's using 12C as the blade steel. And they were pushing for like $200 for this fucking thing. Nobody gave them the amount of shit that Jack Wolf does because they don't have a face, right? And that I think is the real issue with Jack Wolf.
That's a good point.
And because he keeps coming out on
Right.
lefties and like fighting with Shane, really.
Yeah.
It
Dude,
makes him look bad.
I can even take
Right?
this to a place where people will feel uncomfortable. The fucking Isham Dark Star. Okay.
I get it, Kyle. See, I don't have a problem with that. If again, I wouldn't buy an overpriced knife, and I buy them all the time, so I don't have a problem with profit.
Yeah, like this thing, right?
Here's my
beautiful knife, but
my
this thing
problem
was
is
overpriced for what it was. I'll be 100% honest, and I know Isham wasn't trying to be a big profiteer, but what I'm saying is, if we're going to call one person out for doing shit where they're overpricing things, let's be universal about
how would you? So here's my.
They're all overpricing it, or they wouldn't be in business still.
So
exactly, Javon. Thank you.
I mean, that's the way I look
here's
at
my
it.
thing. Like
It's a stupid argument.
I haven't seen all of them. Like I love two of Sharif's design. Like, and you sent me. I mean, you sent me, and you know who I am.
Yeah.
But you've sent me some other designs, and like, what do you think of these? And like, I fucking like this. I like this. I mean, you know.
Do you remember the tracker-ish kind of bladed one?
Yeah.
That one may be getting made by a U.S. custom knife maker.
Sharif knows, like, but I've never bought one of his knives. But he's hit me up and he's like, "What do you think of this?" Or what do you think of that? I'm like, I dig that. I dig this. And I don't have, look, my opinion doesn't matter at all.
Of course
it does matter.
No, it doesn't. But God, this hurts. I really kind of vibe with Sharif as a designer, but morally, for where I've set myself,
there's nothing wrong with that, though, dude. You can.
But I want.
No, but here's the thing.
Plan is to have knives made here.
I want both those knives.
Here's the thing, man. You're the type of customer that I love, believe it or not, right? Because you have integrity, right? You've set a rule and a line for yourself and you don't want to cross it, right? Yeah. You're the kind of customer that I do want to eventually attract, right? So for me, like long-term, for example, the goal has always been to at least have one or half of my models being done in the USA,
and
right?
That's awesome.
Like long-term strategy, I'll just share it with people, has always been premium line, USA made, affordable line, China made.
And
right?
I don't think anybody would have, like, look at Chavez, right?
Yeah.
But you got to get there, so you got to have the
people keep hitting me up, but Chavez makes customs. I'm like, really? When?
Right, exactly.
5, 6, 7 years ago. Like, when was his last custom that Ramon did?
Yeah.
And these knives are demanding $4,000 for a Chavez custom.
Dude, that's by the way, can we just talk about briefly
and React does it just as good.
And let's just talk. Wait, my thing is when the pivots look the same, I question. That's my like. I know enough to know. All right, this $400 or $500 Chavez has the exact same pivot as a $3,000 Chavez. It stops me.
Oh yeah,
in my tracks. Yeah,
dude. Let's talk about the unfortunate, in my opinion, kind of like fall from grace that Chavez has been going through, man. Like the guy released his exact same knife, completely bowed to all of the criticism about the pocket clip, which I think was a bad call.
Yeah.
Right. Because that was his brand.
Yeah.
And then he did it in the worst way possible. Instead of keeping it internal screws, he did external.
Yeah.
Which then completely fucked up the whole thing even more. He doubles down on that, makes a more expensive version with an opening method that you typically only find on really nice, refined, gentlemanly knives, the kickstop, right?
Clunky.
The kickstop version was a fucking failure for him, you know? And in terms of sales, like, dude, they can't give the kickstop versions away, like, genuinely, right? And then now he's doing this like whole budget line, no new designs, no new fucking ideas, the same shit regurgitated at different price points, and nothing has come new in what, the last 7 years?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah, that's the reality of it, though. I mean, he's gotten lazy or gotten comfortable, one or the other. Either one's not a good thing.
That sucks.
It's sad, man. He's so capable.
Because he's a cool dude. I mean, he
Yeah.
seems like really. I mean,
I like him.
Yeah.
But I want to see Ramon be Ramon, not be Ramon trying to be a fucking be me. You know what I mean? Like, he's a custom knife maker. He shouldn't be
Go back
doing
and
that.
do at least have a mix.
Yeah.
I love all y'all. I'm gonna invite you back on Friday. It's
For
almost
sure.
4 hours, and I've got to pee like a racehorse. I love y'all. But seriously, Sharif, I'm gonna send you an invite for Friday too. Y'all's input is awesome, and we'll have Kyle on here to do some sharpening. It'll be a rocking time, guys.
Love
Look
Kyle.
out for the guy to your left, gal to your right. Look out for each other. I love you all.
Whoa,
I'm bouncing because I got to pee. Peace.
Bye.